Hello, hello, and welcome along to episode 33 of Sogravia, the Last Bastion. Anyone dare to speak?
Hiya!
No.
Let's do this shit.
Okay, when we
Let's
left off,
shit
we were
this
at Giant Mountain, and you were headed back towards the Cloud Temple. It was you were escorted down to the base of the Cloud Temple by Jorn, the human wrapped in sort of bear skins and such. And as he spoke to you, you realised that he was very, very old, as he was friends with the grandfather, of Gertie or Raskalstor, the current queen of the giants.
What's this guy's deal? He's like fucking immortal.
Shadowvale, kill him.
You want to go back to kill him, or no? He's definitely humanized. Looks to be human. But yeah, as you left him behind, you headed towards the Feurian fortress again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stopping along the way for any reason. Right. You did want to stop at the Feurian fortress and then go back out to the sacred temple, right? To the.
Yeah, we want to yell at them.
I wanted to clear up this situation a little bit.
Yes, you're also escorting Selek and Loris, of course, the two Feurian guard soldiers who had been held captive by the giants. It's about a day and a half's journey. No, not a day and a half. Sorry, it's about half a day's journey to the Feurian guard fortress. As you make your way along, can I take a D100 from Darth, please?
This is the first time I've ever gotten to roll one.
And the last.
Boy. Do good.
87.
87.
Wow.
Ah. Ooh. Jay, roll me a D20, please.
Okay.
As your sharp
2.
eyes catch a little spot of bracken by the edge of the road that you identify to be sort of smothering or covering a plant. When you look more closely, you can see that under the bracken is a plant of alchemical properties. Sorry, you said you rolled a
2.
A 2. Yeah, you quickly identify this to be Fiend's Ivy. And you can cut up to a pound of it. Bear with me a second. I've got to open a document. And we'll have a little talk about Fiend's Ivy. Might as well give me an alchemy check while you're at it.
Alchemy. 16.
16. Okay. Potions and ingredients. I think there should be a small description of Fiend's Ivy on D&D Beyond.
Ooh. Yep.
But one thing that this plant is well known for is being partially sentient. As you go to reach towards it, it shies away slightly from your touch. As you touch the edge of it with with your sort of chopping scissors, it sort of almost flinches. And as you cut it, it makes a tiny little yelp.
You actually cut it,
You have to.
knowing that it's gonna scream. Damn.
I hear the screams every time I cut a plant. I'm used to
Oh my
it.
god.
Jeez.
So yeah,
I
these
hear the screams at night.
these long, red, thorn-encrusted vines can stretch up to 3 feet long and have sharp thorns that reach up to an inch or two. It isn't rare to find bloodstains amongst these vines, as many animals and adventurers can easily trip or get caught in the bushes of the vines. The vines also seem to have a sentient quality to them, as they relax when prey is near and contract when captured. The sentient properties of this potion allow you to use it in potions that increase awareness, or in potions that require a certain amount of poisons, that require a certain amount of human or humanoid contact to trigger. So obviously that would be Karina, Laura, Ashrin. That would be Ashrin's area of expertise. But between the two of you, I'm sure you can make good use of Fiend's Ivy. Sorry, you made an alchemy check. You got a 16, was it?
Yeah.
I don't think that's quite enough. Let me just check the DC. Yeah, so you can identify, you can remember that this was used in a potion of, what do we call it, clairvoyance. But you can't quite remember what the other 2 ingredients were. You know there were 3 ingredients, but at the moment with a 16, you can't quite put together what the other 2 might be.
Okay.
Cool. Why is Armand on our screens? Did I do that? Why is he in the middle of the screen? Is he always in the middle of the screen? Is that just a
He's
thing?
taking over.
The truth is, he was here from the start.
Yeah. But as you proceed along the road, you can add a pound of that, Jay. I don't know if I mentioned the amount.
Got it.
Cool. You begin to make your way up towards the Cloud Temple. I really don't like this new arrow system. I'm trying to find out how to move the players. I keep accidentally moving, like nearly moving just one of you. And if I lose one of you across the map... these people are not here anymore. Go on.
Sullivan, get out of there.
No, this is Sullivan's your party token. And as you head almost halfway up, you're once again greeted by Errol, who comes riding down. Running down, I guess, actually. That riding would be very silly on that path. And he sort of... welcome back.
Final
you...
Fantasy guy.
Selig, Loris. So good to see you. The giants, they stopped.
We know.
The trouble they had with us, the problems, their reason for attacking, was it? It was nothing I did, was it?
It was
No.
me, Barry.
No.
That is a relief to hear. I still think we should take the fight to them, but come. Captain Sally will want to hear your words.
It's the crazy guys.
And he will lead you up to Sally's room, to Sally's office, if you will. And standing quite smartly by the wall is our lovely friend Olken. And as you enter, he sort of gives you a soldier's salute, and his helm slips over his eyes. You just hear Sally go, He was looking like everything was buckled neatly. His sword was on straight. It was all going so well for him.
I'm
And
gonna
then
take.
we walked in.
I'm gonna take his helm off, and I'm gonna put it in his hands, and I'm then gonna move his arm so that it's like that, so
Yeah.
that he's holding his helmet there
Okay.
instead.
Yeah, as you do so, his sword just sort of wonkily sticks out a little bit. At
That's
its
fine.
sheath.
It doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah. Sally is sort of... That's really unhelpful, because I don't actually know who you are at that point, Rockers.
Who do you think it is, James?
Well, I don't know, because I also don't seem to have Matt in that list. So, yeah. Please, no more confusion. As you enter the room, Captain Celia sort of looks at you and... You're back! And so soon. Good news, I hope. The attack stopped almost 12 hours ago.
Well, there seems to be more to this story.
Oh, please, tell me everything.
More than
I will tell her everything.
Okay.
Tell us exactly how.
Oh,
does
but
it go?
basically tell her
What do you
that,
tell
you
her
know...
about the
I-
Dawn Temple?
So I tell her that 200 years ago,
No, jeez.
there was a giant shaman, if you will, who visited that cloud temple every so often to pay respects to their god. When that giant went, the people who were worshipping at that temple, because they couldn't communicate with the giant, and obviously there's a giant coming towards them, they freaked and attacked the giant, killing them.
That's wrong.
That's
It's
not wrong.
It happened
was
2
like-
months
it was
ago.
It was a couple months ago.
What happened 200 years ago then?
It's every 200 years. They
Okay,
send
okay.
a wise man.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like,
Then
200
2
years ago,
months
he
ago.
turned up, went and visited
Okay.
the temple, and nothing went wrong at all.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. 2 months ago, that happened. The people freaked out because, you know, understandably, a giant was coming towards them. and they killed the giant, and then that's why the giants are pissed off.
So why they attack us? Wow, that
Because
was the worst
they
grammar
think-
Satyr has ever used.
Because they think if they attack here, then it will stop people being sent from here to the Cloud Temple.
Why would we send people to the Cloud Temple?
Because there's Feurian guard
the
at the
Dawn
Cloud Temple.
Well, in a manner of speaking, yes, they're a bit of a strange sect, but
Well,
we don't have
they
communication.
they don't see it like that. They see anyone under that banner as the same.
So it's our banner? It's...
It's
is
your
the
shiny
banner-
red capes.
Ah,
With the gold accents.
Very fashionable, but yeah,
Praise
they
the
don't-
Asimar.
I see. Oh. Okay, Well, does that mean the
You damn
Dawn
crazy
Temple is under
ass.
attack?
No.
Wait,
Yes.
Yes, I mean. Yes.
Kind
hold
of.
on. This is the Dawn Temple we're at now, right?
No, we're not
No.
already.
We're at the Feurian guard temple.
Okay, we can just call this the fortress if you like. It was my stupid mistake. But yes, this is the Cloud Temple. This is the place
Oh,
or the
Jesus.
Dawn. I don't know. One of the two. I've lost
I
it
thought
now.
I
Yeah.
thought the giantess agreed to not.
We're just calling this the Feurian Guard Fortress. Okay, from now
I-
on, this is the Feurian Guard Fortress. That place over there is the Cloud Temple.
I thought the
Got it.
giantess agreed not to attack because we would sort it out, and that her brother wanted to attack.
Okay. She agreed that you would be allowed to evacuate the soldiers from within before they take over the Dawn Temple. That was all.
Okay, so they're not attacking.
They're not attacking right now. They were attacking and they will be attacking, but they're not attacking right now
Sure.
because you
Okay.
said that you would get them to surrender.
They
I would
want the
fix it.
temple.
Yes.
They want
they
it
want the
back.
temple.
Yeah.
Correct.
It was
Which
me,
seems
Barry.
like a steep cost, but
Well, these guys don't even seem to know anything about that temple, so maybe the Feurian Guard won't.
I know of it.
Oh.
But they are a strange sect. A bit of a difficult group. But it is sacred to the whole order.
Uh-oh.
well, it seems to be
Since-
also sacred to the giants.
Mhm.
Legend says the giants.
Giantesses?
Legends
Yeah.
legends say the giants built it.
Well,
Mm.
there you
Yes.
go.
Since the Asimar were forced to retreat from the east, this is the last of their Lathander temples to stand.
Well, it seems to also be a temple of one of the giants. Gods.
Yes, the giants worship what they call the Lord of Light as well.
Yes.
One of the scions of the seven, but they won't give the temple up. Sullivan, you know that.
Will they be open to sharing the temple?
It's difficult to say with such a fanatic section of my order.
A slightly separate topic. Who did you buy those scrolls off of? From the Mage's
Oh,
Arcane?
yeah.
You have both answered your own question and confused her. The scrolls. The scroll I gave you.
Yeah, and the scroll you gave them.
The Mage's Arcane supplied them when we asked for a means of communicating with the giants.
But you don't know who specifically gave you them.
They were brought by Jacob. He's one of our soldiers. He went and collected them from Carthan.
Okay. Because they don't do what you think they do.
They didn't provide you with
Wait.
a means of communicating with them?
No. Which is why these two were captured.
I see, that's awful. I'm
It is.
so sorry. Sonic, Loris, take the week. I'm sure you've got families to visit. I'll arrange transport for you. You're dismissed. And they will thank her and leave. What did the scroll do?
Not that.
Zavril?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, what the scrolls did for them was allow them to understand what they were saying to a certain extent.
Anybody
not
want to?
communicate to them.
Anybody want to give a second attempt at that?
Were they
Jay,
scrolls?
fill us in.
And
So I know one of them was a scroll of
Jay,
enchantment, right?
yes, there you go. Well done. We got
Yeah.
there. It was an
Yeah,
enhanced
What was the other one?
the one that they
Eagles.
gave you was the comprehend languages.
Comprehend language.
Ah, right. It was me. That was why. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Well, she looks at you and those wouldn't have helped.
No.
Not in the way we needed it to help. No.
Oh, I'm not big on magic. It's unfortunate. Perhaps they intended us to wait until their emissary arrived.
Who? The Magus Arcane?
Yeah, if you remember, the Magus Arcane had said they would send somebody who could communicate with the giants, and then you arrived, and Miscelia thought it was you, but it wasn't.
Ah, yes, I remember.
Jeez, how long ago did they say they were sending this person? 'Cause we
3 or 4
were
weeks.
farting around in the Underdark forever and beat them.
Yeah, 2 days.
Yeah, it seems.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Really? Are you
It
sure it was
seems
about like
that
3 weeks?
Yes, very.
it seems that the Mages Arcane may not have any interest in helping.
That wouldn't be a first.
Or they're just really slow.
Dragging their heels.
That also
No,
wouldn't be a first.
there's
That also wouldn't
there's being slow, and then there's 5 weeks of nothing, and also sending the incorrect scrolls.
We are really the priority for the Magus Arcane. You're right.
Huh.
Well, what can we do except raise a complaint? The administration there's terrible anyway. It won't even reach the people that matter.
Then why don't you tell your superior?
My superior is in Jawston? Wow. Is that is
Really? That's a while away.
That's a campaign away!
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
Jastern is the word I was looking for.
There we go. That sounds
Jawston
right.
is in Beldania.
It sure is.
Yes, my superior is in Jastern. We don't get the opportunity to speak very often.
Can you not send mail?
Yeah. We could send a letter, but by the time it gets there and back, the entire subject matter will have been irrelevant. I have a manner of communicating in more emergency situations, but what? Call up to complain? That's not ideal.
That's an emergency.
Well, no, but even if it took a couple of weeks to get a letter there and back, it's still the problem with the Mages Arcane. Either A, not being willing to help, or B,
I believe my superiors
sabotaging.
have even bigger struggles with the Magus Arcane than I do.
What?
At least for me, it is just a matter of poor administration and help not arriving in a timely fashion. I understand that in the cities, the friction is almost volatile. Hostile, in fact. You know this to be true. When you were in Vanhania, there was conflicting sets of rumours about the city, if you remember, that about the town, the village. That was either ruthlessly conscripted or not.
Yes. It seems no side is innocent.
It might be true, but, well, I've got a fortress to protect and a lot of land to cover with very few men. I'll do what I can. You intend to go on to the Cloud Temple, do you? And speak with the
Yes.
Feurian Guard.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We do.
I wish you the best
No,
of
I'm
luck.
worried
Perhaps you
those
should.
guys are gonna-
Perhaps you should keep that scroll. It might come in helpful. I don't know why you need a scroll of comprehend languages, but it's there.
Me neither, but
Well, thank you.
we could sell it.
Yep.
Anything else?
Well, if that's all, we will be on our way.
Okay. Take the night to rest. Food will be provided. It's probably fairly.
Do we
Yeah,
need
it's
to?
probably 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. You probably don't want to start traveling to the Cloud Temple in the middle of the night. That would be weird.
Nah.
We could get the sneak up on them.
No, it's going to take you 4 or 5 days to get there.
Oh, I see.
So what if we got the sneak on them?
Yeah, you can sneak on them at the time you get there, but not now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Stealth rolls. Let's go.
So you can take a long
If-
rest. Go on.
Well, if that's the case, I would like
Cool.
to spend after dinner some of the evening spending some time with the soldier that I was gonna kidnap.
With Olkan?
Yes. But what did you say his name was?
Olkan.
Olkan. Yeah.
I
I'd like
believe
to
there
spend
should have
some
been a
time
picture
with.
of him. Did I not make that happen?
Yeah.
Maybe. I close everything.
Here he is. Olkan Embercrest.
Yes.
Said I don't pay attention
Olkan.
to you.
I'd like to spend some time with Olkan, just seeing what he knows in terms of like stances and in terms of what he knows like with equipment. I want to get a.
You will quickly realize that he knows absolutely everything there is to know, and yet when you ask him to perform any sort of
It's the
motion
execution.
style, it's all in the execution. Yeah.
I see. That's fine.
He will be able to tell you, when you start to ask him about stances, like he can tell you about the history of them, like the very first soldier to enact it, and how it came about, and why that stance is used, and what it's good against, and what it's good for, and which weapons it's good with, and which weapons it's not, and the progression of the Dawn Guard, and he does mean Dawn Guard, not Feurian Guard, Dawn Guard armor systems that allowed for certain stances to be useful and not useful, and how the Feurian Guard use their plate mail, which is a little more clunky, so it can be a little bit more difficult to execute some of the finer stances that the Dawn Guard use in their medium armor, and he just carries on and on. He knows everything. He's been a soldier for 10 years, and he's an incredibly intelligent youngster.
Yes. So then, if that's the case, I would then like to ask him how he goes about, because he writes like stories and stuff, right?
He
No,
says he's a
poems.
writer. You don't know what he writes.
Okay.
You never asked.
What do you write, Vulcan?
Histories, mostly. But I've done a little. I've done a little bit of the sagas as well.
Oh, and so I want to ask him how he goes about writing the stories and making the characters and stuff like that. I want to see how he.
Oh, I don't create
How he-
characters. I write about the sagas and about the
Oh, you don't write
histories.
your own sagas.
Okay, so the sagas are they're history but told as stories. They're true. The people really existed. So
And
I can't make them up.
sure. And the way you write about them, like.
I use documentation for the most
Basically.
part, and I speak to others who have studied the histories as well, and some of the elves, they encountered some of the people of history, so I've spoken with them, collected various stories, and then put them
And
together.
is it has it ever been difficult to get information from people?
Often, and the organisation it's a nightmare, but you have to keep focused and work it out.
Okay. I want you to try and keep that mindset
I see.
of how you were trying to negotiate and draw information out of people
Uh-huh.
when I give you these stances to perform, and then I'll list one for him to go into, and I want him to keep that mindset of how he would try to get about talking to someone, and
Okay.
then put that into the stance. Does that make sense?
Not really.
So like,
No.
so like,
You want him to be able to think through how things were difficult for him in the past, and then
I
apply
want him to
how he overcame that
transfer-
to this.
yeah, I want him to transfer that
Yeah,
into
he
this.
got a 4.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
We gotta start somewhere. That's
So
fine.
he sort of goes into the stance and sort of with a little bit of flair, and the sword is sort of just like it's basically falling out the back of his hand. One shoulder is like you could see he's actually straining for the position. His knees slightly bent outwards. He looks a bit
Okay.
like
So as he stands there, and then I'm gonna take his hand and move it so that he can actually grip the sword correctly, and then
He drops his
move
sword.
his.
Oh my god, this
I'll
guy is.
pick it up for him and give it to him again, and then I'll move his leg inward so that he's got more of a rooting.
okay. Acrobatics check.
Uh,
Wow!
Give me a strength save.
Okay. That should
Hey,
be
where is this
fine.
standing? Take
A
his legs.
19.
Okay,
A
he
19.
would fall over, but you stand him back up.
I will. Yeah, I'll catch him. I'll put him back up, and I'll adjust his arm, and then stand back, and then I say, okay, now this pose, and I'll say a different pose.
That's a 9.
Okay, that's fine. So then any like parts of him that are not in the correct place or that are a bit wonky, I'll adjust again and then see
He
how.
doesn't
we
fall
go.
over.
Wow, he did it!
I'm
That-
a trainer.
that was
I'm a trainer.
Yeah, sure, that was a deck save to not fall over, but you know.
Oh,
Well, he still
So
did
he's
it.
still standing.
Did he fall over? No.
No, he got a
Did
nat
fall
20.
over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh.
You will quickly realize that there are a couple of problems here. The first is that he is just naturally incredibly clumsy.
Sure.
That is just fairly obvious.
That's fine. That's fine.
And the second is that, like, he's just awkward. It's almost like... Do you know that stage of growing up when you're, like, a teenager? And your legs have grown a little quickly, and, like, you haven't quite got used to your own height. And,
No, I'm sure.
Okay, but in general, you know, there's usually a stage of growth
so
where you're not
normal
quite
people-
as comfortable in your own body as you were before. It's like he's never got out of that. He's
That's
just not very physically aware. You would gauge his dex to be somewhere between 6 and 8.
Boy,
That's
that's
fine.
bad.
Yeah. He's struggling. And frankly, with your excellent soldier skills and assessment, if this was a normal man and a normal soldier, you wouldn't train him. You'd suggest another career.
Well, yes, but we can't get there yet. But Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, it was not.
What's
so
wrong?
it's the
You're
place
not in
where
the
I'm
room.
going to bury you.
Uh,
Anyways, but after a couple of these poses and seeing, you know, how he can do, that'll be all for tonight. He should rest. But I want you to keep thinking about how you can try and channel that confidence and that desire for knowledge and fuel that into your physicality.
got it. Confidence.
That's
is key.
homework.
And he
for
sort of-
today.
Confidence is key, and he sort of raises his blade and then it thrusts
sure
it quite
is.
solidly into the ceiling by mistake,
yes.
and then it's sort of ah!
If you was fighting bats, you'd be great.
Gosh.
Don't just
Sure.
Fight the bats.
even if you do something wrong, don't just dismiss yourself into being an absolute failure. People get things wrong all the time. Even
Some
the
more than
most
others.
trained people. What?
He says some more than others.
Well, that's fine. But still, just don't be too hard on yourself. You're still learning. Now, off to bed with you.
Thanks, Simon. How old is
You're
Sullivan?
welcome.
Why?
Sullivan is like 27, 28, 29, one of
The
those
same
three.
age. Okay.
Oh, he's just
Yeah.
a boy.
Yeah, you're the
Yeah,
same
he's
age.
just a
He's just a
He's a
baby.
baby.
Yeah, but you and Olkan are the same age.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So when you're like off to bed, he does sort of look at you like, the fuck?
I'm a superior though.
He said,
So I can tell him what to do.
please.
Are you?
You don't
Yeah.
have rank in the Feurian Guard.
He's a squire. I'm a
He's a
roaming
squire
knight.
to a high-ranking captain
Yeah.
with an officer's berth. Yes. He doesn't say anything, but he does sort of look at you a little strangely, as if to say, you know, not quite sure who you think you are, but
Said, I can
he's
beat
I'm
so
your
appreciative
ass.
of your help that he doesn't
yeah,
speak
remember
out.
that. I'm
He
trying
says
to
my
get
dad
you
can fire your
home,
dad.
bitch.
Yes. Shall we?
Was this training happening in front of everyone? Was this in a public
Yeah,
place?
probably in the age of the Great Hall. There isn't much else.
I would have
Okay.
done it outside.
Oh, outside in the courtyard. Yeah. So
That's fine. Callum just wanted to be watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say Glacius was 100% watching all of that.
Okay.
Like, there's no way I wouldn't be watching
Yeah.
that.
You will both be very aware of Sullivan's excellent training and teaching skills and Olkan's abysmal execution skills.
I'm never gonna tell Sullivan that though. It is
No, of course.
100% his fault that this isn't working.
Yeah. He's had all 3
Oh,
days
I
to
see.
succeed. Anyway,
Don't get
All
all
this
satisfaction.
coming from the guy who's no longer allowed to be on the front line.
there is a large
Whoa.
meal in the Great Hall, and as you are all eating, you are approached by Knight Errol, the man who greeted you on the bridge leading up, the man who wanted to take the fight to the giants. He sits himself down at your table without asking for permission. He looks around. The captain tells me that you are looking to facilitate the surrender of the Feurian Guard at the Cloud
Yes.
Temple to the giants. Is that so?
Yes.
Why?
not the guard so much as your temple that belongs
Why?
to them, and it will stop their attacks. That's all they want is that temple.
So would killing them. Would they not? We should defend what is ours.
There's a lot of them, a lot more than there are of you guys, I think.
I doubt it. The
I'm pretty
Fury-
sure one of them could beat almost a quarter of
Yeah,
the guys
we're
here.
talking just sure scale here. They outnumber you.
Righteous belief is enough to overcome numbers.
Oh, well. in
Then
that
go out
case-
there
Except
and
the
go
temple.
give it your all. Then go believe in yourself. Then let's see
Except-
how far you get.
The priests will not surrender. They're powerful.
The
More
the
powerful than you
temple
realize.
isn't yours.
It is the last temple of the Thunder. Of course it's ours.
It is actually a temple of the Lord of Light, which is a giant god.
That is one giant god.
Did we reach an agreement where like the priests were cool to stay and worship as well? Just the
Yes.
Feurian guard had to leave?
Yes, it was.
No,
we did.
they
We
had
reached
to,
an agreement
no,
that the priests could visit, but the soldiers couldn't.
Oh, they could visit.
but that was
Okay.
but that was after a period of time.
Okay. Yeah.
That too. Errol sort of looks at you and they will not leave. It is our last vestige of our home upon this earth.
But surely it doesn't matter where you worship.
If it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
you
where
guys
you worship,
built
then
it.
why do the giants need to be there? It is not scaled to giant hands or to giant bodies.
What?
Well, I don't want to go into, you know,
Let's not bring race
architecture.
into this, okay?
Is
Your
the
weapon.
temple not giant-sized?
Nope.
That's interesting.
He gestures towards Sullivan. Your weapon.
Yeah.
Can
What
I see
about
it?
He runs away.
I will hand it to him.
Okay. What is your weapon?
My weapon
Run
is a staff of power.
Whoa, where'd you
No,
find
it's
that?
a it's
a
a
weird sword.
radiant longsword of warning. So it's a
Okay, so
longsword
looking
of
for a
warning
moment
with
of-
radiant damage.
As I expected. Of dwarven
Yes.
make. Does it belong to the
Okay.
dwarves or to you?
Well, if a dwarf needed it, I would give it to them.
That's nonsensical.
If they want it
You
back,
asked.
they can have
You.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you think that because the dwarves made it, it is theirs?
I think that if it means more
Yes.
to them to me, and I can just make my own sword, then why wouldn't I
Wait,
save?
Sullivan, you can make your own sword?
Then why wouldn't I just save the arguments and possible bloodshed when I can squash that?
Because if you keep giving everything away, you'll never have anything at all. Surely
Except
that's-
unless it's your own.
And what is your own?
Yeah.
You have purchased that. It is yours, is it not?
In a manner of speaking.
Okay, well, your parents made you, okay? Like,
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on a second.
like if we want
Someone
to
cast
really pull
silence.
this, if we really want to pull this to the absolute extreme, right? Then I guess
Yes, I do not
technically
belong to them.
speaking,
They
yes.
belong to me. The
Well,
giants
okay,
might have
hold
built
on.
the temple, but why is it theirs?
Did you
Is
guys
it-
build this fortress? Furian Guard build this?
No, I think it's dwarven built.
You guys build anything?
No.
Really? No.
They just take!
That is not what the Furin God do. We commission people to build things for us. The Furin God are not
Okay.
architects.
Well, did you commission the building of this temple, or did you just find it? You just stumbled across
I
it.
believe so. You'd have to ask Captain Sally for the details, but I believe it was commissioned. It was a long, long time ago.
Good lord. Well, you didn't commission the Cloud Temple,
Is that so?
as we understand it. It was already there, and you guys stumbled upon it, if I'm understanding correctly.
Use Stolzits from us.
I will tell you guys that you have not been told
No,
that
we
at
don't
any
know.
point.
We have no idea.
All you are told
The
is
only
that
thing
the
that we
giants
know
built
is that
it.
the only thing that we know is that there was an agreement between.
And there was a war.
Well,
And in the war, the temple was handed over to the Feurians.
Jeez, when was this war? I'm
1,000
saying
years ago.
that... Oh, Jesus. Okay.
But it is
So-
weird that the temple isn't giant-sized. That is
Yeah.
weird.
That
Just
is
a
weird.
reminder, you did see a wizard, a giant wizard. They were a frost giant, so they weren't like 60 or 70 foot tall. They were only sort of 15 foot tall. They're still double the size of a human or more, but you know they would fare far better in a castle than one of those huge cloud giants would. But even so,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Still not making sense. The math ain't mathin'.
Sullivan, you don't math. Neither do I, so shut up. I know what you're about to say.
Sometimes it's best not to say anything.
well, just for what it's worth, I don't think that the Feurians should leave. It's the only place that we can truly call home now. And as he says this,
You
he
have-
sort of blinks, and you will
And,
see a glint of gold in his eyes. Unlike all the other humans
understand.
here, he seems to be ASMR, though not winged.
What do you mean you have nowhere else? You have a fortress
This,
right here.
this,
Yeah, this.
this is a
Why not
barricade.
turn this into your Temple of Lathander?
Look at
It's
it.
too low.
It is no glorious architecture. It is no towering steeples. It is no.
Is that what you
Beautiful.
need for it to be a holy place? For it to look nice? Surely it's about worship.
Yeah.
There is something to the aesthetic of the building, but also this place. He sort of hesitates and he's not sure whether to speak. And then he sort of,
Speak your mind,
What is
please.
it?
Absolutely nothing.
there are many people here that are of many races.
Hmm.
In our homeland, it was just us.
Where are you going with this?
The Cloud Temple is the
Oh.
last place that is solely home to the ASMR.
See. I don't see how it's your home. You guys only got here within 100 years, right? Like 100 years?
So the ASMR fled from the east 150 years ago, but there have always been some ASMR who have been at the Lathander temples throughout the whole of Sogravia, throughout the whole of
Okay.
Nistris. Sorry. So the ASMR who 1,000 years ago, that war between the giants and the people of that temple would have been with the ASMR.
I see.
Is it worth losing lives, though? When you can make a new temple?
That is not for me to decide. I just don't see why you think it belongs to them any more than it belongs to us.
I don't necessarily. I would just prefer people to not die needlessly.
Wouldn't we all?
Well, your attitude says
This-
otherwise.
This whole mess started because those guards at the temple killed a very important member of the Giant Society. So, I mean, this is what they want at the session.
You would have to speak to them as to why that mistake was made. And I'm sure it was a mistake.
I will choose to believe that as well.
Just want you to consider our side of it. That's all.
We will consider all sides.
Will you? And with that,
Yes.
he doesn't wait for your response. He just walks away.
He walked away.
Yes!
Before you could say yes,
shout after him.
he hurries away.
We're not monsters.
I didn't hear what you said. Does it count?
Didn't hear it.
No, no, but he just when he walks away and says, "Will you?" You can see that he doesn't truly believe what you're saying. He thinks you've
Yeah.
already chosen a side.
I don't
I
believe your
haven't.
face,
Everyone else
so-
might have, but I
I kind of have.
see. I told you.
Listen, the giants, they said they would help us with the Shadow Veil also, right?
But
As
aren't we
opposed to the
also
Fury
trying
Guard, who
to-
have been fighting the Shadow Veil for 150 years.
Yeah.
I'm saying give them a temple
Yes!
to get giant allies on against this bigger
Yeah.
enemy, and then later you guys can squabble over your temple. I'm thinking of the big picture. I'm thinking of the big picture, which
Yeah?
is
Oh my
getting Shadow
goodness.
Veil.
Okay. With that, you can get a rest. And get up nice and early and head out in the morning.
All right.
Sweet, I can get all the nothing I used back.
Yeah.
And Zavril can make me a con save.
Oh,
Yay!
Yay!
Nat one.
In the
Oh
good,
man,
Zavril.
really?
That is a success.
good job.
Damn.
Too bad, as much like me dead, it ain't happening today.
Too bad.
Well,
So
you were gonna
sad.
die. Can you imagine? You got a 14. I just went, you die.
Death.
But that one, it's like, you wither away and turn into a fucking corn cob or some shit.
Haters want him dead.
Yeah, Zavril, you wake up this morning feeling a little lethargic, a little stressed out, a little strung out. Sorry, is what I was looking for, not stressed out.
Whoa.
As if you sort of haven't quite got the wherewithal to keep yourself together. But you take a sip of the flask and sort of, you feel okay. You can face the day. The Captain Celia will give you a map in the morning with precise directions to the Cloud Temple, including details
awesome.
of which walkways and pathways are safe and not safe. At various points along the journey, there is a large A with a line through it.
Whoa. What is that?
That's a chance of avalanche.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I thought it was no assholes.
Then you should.
Unfortunately,
fuck off.
Glacius, I think that your strength is going to be required.
Uh-oh.
Got him.
Yes, do beware of avalanches. They can take you off the side of the mountain.
Whee!
We should move hastily then.
It's a 5-day journey. Travel well. I do have something for you. I'm very grateful that you stopped the attacks on our citadel.
You're welcome. But
We
you
lost-
don't need to reward us.
Shut up.
It is in part a reward, but more a tool for the furthering of your journey and for your own safety. I wouldn't want you to suffer along the way. And she gives you a sort of rolled up tent. Just looks pretty good.
We're about to get cozy up in here.
Oh, gross. I have to go next to Sullivan?
Absolutely not. We will
it's-
be heads and
The tent is
heads and tailsing this.
the tent is magical in nature.
Oh, okay.
I believe it came from some group that called themselves artificers.
Boy.
Those
You
damn
should know
artificers.
You should know the word artificers at least.
Artidiers.
It's that new fandangled sciencey thing, isn't it?
Let me analyze this
Is that all
tent.
those
now,
kids are doing these days?
Now that I've heard about the incompetence on display and the bureaucracy and the
It is
Vegas
an
arcane look.
It is an arcane tent.
Whoa.
I probably wouldn't open it here, but
Do
this
we each
wondrous
get our
item
own room?
takes the form of a normal-sized two-person tent. Setting up the tent takes some 10 minutes of effort. What appears to be an ordinary tent yurt or otherwise culturally appropriate transient dwelling on the outside is revealed to be significantly larger on the inside. Upon stepping through the entrance flap, the individual finds themselves in a large and unexpected space containing 240 square feet of floor room and a 15-foot high
Wow.
ceiling with a small kitchen, separated outhouse, and a central hearth and sitting area. There are enough
This is
beds and
awesome.
accommodation for 4 to 6 people to sleep comfortably, even if more may fit physically. Rain will not enter through the roof, but the tent is not waterproof and will flood if submerged. Air can enter the tent from the outside, leaving those vulnerable to suffocation or otherwise if something should happen to that air. If the tent is punctured or damaged to a significant degree, the magic will cease to function until repaired with mending.
That's incredibly useful. Thank you.
You
We
are most
appreciate
welcome.
that.
It belonged to a man named Marcus. It was a reward for a very valiant deed in the past.
Who is
He was one of the soldiers
Marky
we
Mark.
lost in the giant attacks.
Ah,
Like many of the knights here at the Feurian Guard Fortress that we've forgotten the name of, the Dawn Temple. Like many of the knights here, he was a valiant hero in his time and was in his later years when he came to work here. Many of the officers here are heroic in their own way. Marcus bartered for the lives of 6 men at the expense of his own and then escaped from captivity.
Wow.
Very honourable men. We will put this to good use.
Thank you. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
And I want you to know that the Feurian Guard, their beliefs are very firm, and they can come across as arrogant and foolish, but they're good at heart. Remember that. They fight back against the darkness and evil of all sorts of creatures and beasts and beings, and the Shadowhunters. Please don't forget that in your encounters.
We won't.
Thank you. I spoke to Lord Embercrest. He requests that you do not attempt to train his son.
Well,
Why?
Because you suck.
I would assume it's because he does not know the name of your father.
dang.
Well, if that's all it takes. My father's name.
She looks
okay,
at you.
Sullivan.
She looks at you. If he doesn't already know it, he's not interested.
It's okay.
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
my dad's name either.
Wow.
What she means is, she doesn't mean he doesn't
Yes,
know that
I
your
know.
dad's name is
I-
Oliver.
yeah.
He's, that he's not a
Yeah.
noble.
He's not famous.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What is your dad's name, Sullivan?
I don't know
Heimlich!
your dad's name.
I could have sworn I named them, but apparently I just named my little sister. So,
Wow.
Damn, no wonder he doesn't know your dad's name.
Is it Heimlich?
Even
Messerschmitt?
you don't.
no.
Yes.
It's okay,
Ambergast.
Sullivan, I don't know my dad's name.
His
either.
name
It's
is
okay.
Emma.
Emma?
Emma?
No, Emmett.
That's, my
Emmett.
girlfriend is
Okay.
your dad?
Emmett.
Emmett.
Emmett, got it.
Emmett.
Okay.
Emmett Sullivan.
And
Oh.
my
Your mum's
mum's
name
name is
Emma?
is Amelia, and my little sister's name is Eliza.
Oh,
How cute.
all the E's! 4
Yes.
E's! Love
That's
it,
where all
love
the
it.
E names went.
Yeah.
We have no more in the campaign.
No
Wait,
more.
but does
No
this
good.
mean you won't give him into my service?
That is correct. For what it's worth, I pressed your case and pushed your cause, as I believed you genuinely could make a difference. But he was very firm on the matter.
And what if he mysteriously disappeared?
Oh my god.
Are you gonna kill him?
Then
Well,
you would
don't
be-
worry, that's not gonna happen.
Then you would be hunted by many more than the Feurian Guard and many more powerful than I. The
Who
Lord
was to say that it
Embercrest's
would be
reach
me?
is vast. Be careful. Callum
Yeah.
and potentially Glacius. Did you grow up in a city, Glacius?
No, I grew up in the mountains.
You grew up in the mountains, okay? You didn't come down here. Well, yeah, but you're not the one. You're in question. Like you've acted as if you don't know. Yeah, so I think it'll just be Zavril and Callum, please. Give me a history check.
You're the tag team duo. Let's go.
Nerds.
15?
19.
Okay. Yeah, Lord Embercrest is one of the foremost lords of the land. He's probably one of the 2 most powerful noble families around.
Damn.
He provides sort of 80% of the weaponry to the Feurian Guard and Dawn Guard.
Damn, and his son sucks.
Yeah. And his wealth would rival that of a sort of large merchant guild. If you piss him off, your life would be in absolute misery.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, it seems.
It's possible.
I love that.
His wife is a member of the Magus Arcade. You also know that with a 19.
Cool.
What'd you say, Sullivan? I'm busy trying to get more power.
Yeah.
I said you're a punk ass bitch.
Can't hear you through this demon armor.
I can't hear you through my demon armor. Speak up. I can't hear you down there.
Okay.
In
So
demon
guys,
tongues.
let's snappy along a bit and get on the road. It's traveling time. Day 1. as you head out, the journey is fairly standard. It's back down the mountain that you've literally come up yesterday. It's a nice, simple journey. But then you begin to head to the north, between the peaks of two mountains. And I think I have a little section for us. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yes. Maybe. Are these mountains? These are mountains. Great. Here you are in the upper area. So you're at a plateau, sort of quite high up. And then other peaks surround you. After about 3 or 4 hours, Ashrin will point out a large bird. It appears to be swooping up ahead. And indeed you will see 2 of them. And at one point, one swoops quite low overhead. And you will identify these as rocks. Am I right in thinking your group has fought a rock before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the hills or mountains in the east, right?
So you know that they're very territorial, and their eggs are quite precious to them. If they're swooping low over you, it's a sign of threat. They are saying, this is our ground, go around, basically. It's pretty obvious that this sort of low area between 3 or 4 peaks is the area they're referring to. Would you attempt to cross the rocks ground and potentially have to fight them off, or would you go around? Or perhaps you've got some other plan.
Let's kick that ass.
How long would it take to go around if we wanted to?
It'll probably be a diversion of an extra 4 hours. Can I just hold you guys for a second, because Fox was in the process of responding. Were you?
Yeah.
You said, and then I somebody interrupted.
Sorry.
Yeah, so like if we went around, would we have to like go up higher or?
No, you just have to sort of skirt around. So I mean, literally, if you imagine like you're gonna have to walk around this peak instead of to the left of it, you're just gonna have to go out your way to go around the right of it.
Okay. Well, we are in high altitudes.
Decently high altitude, yes.
Okay. So certain flowers would be plausible to find.
Very much so.
Okay.
Not quite in this area. This is just it's very rocky and barren, and there's no flowers at all. But you do know that you are approaching those areas known as the Blue Mountains. So, yes, don't worry, I do have a note. But yes, you can go around if you're happy for a 4-hour diversion, as opposed to a fight with a big bird.
I mean, it's just a 4 hours, so...
Yeah.
Sure, we can afford that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way around the edge of the peak, and what you are granted in return is a stunning vista, a beautiful view from this side of this particular peak. Hello, music. Why won't you change? Please.
Hi.
Did we? Thank you. No, dude. Let's keep skipping. Sorry, give me a second. Should get there. Fantastic. As you look out on over to the east from this mountain, you can see the clouds sort of writhing and rumbling just beneath your view. You cannot see any further down, but instead you see the light reflecting off the clouds as they sort of roll and then tip over and roll back under each other. There is a constant movement of clouds here. It is a view that few see. And far in the distance you can see one very tall peak. And on that peak, on the side, you can just about make out a temple. And thrusting out the temple is a single tower. Tall, very tall, almost 200 feet in height, and at the top of it burns a large fire, almost too bright to look at. You would assume that that is your destination. 5 days travel.
James, did you see chat?
No, I didn't, thank you. Oh, how exciting. Cool, I will sort that out in a second. Hello, Derek, how are you? Sorry, I'm very not with it today. As you look out over at this other peak, you can't see the way in which you will get there, as the clouds are sort of rolling in the way. But you do see that it's not that far. If you could fly for a consistent period of time, it would be a very quick journey. It's just one peak to the next. But you're going to have to scale all the way down to get all the way back up. As you continue around the edge of the rocky precipice, you come upon what appears to be a small excavated cave that somebody has made for shelter. Inside the cave, you can see the signs of a sort of scratched out fireplace. Someone has used in the past. Darth, roll me a D100, please. And you can also see that at the back of the sort of cave is sort of two large pieces of wood leant against the wall that have all sorts of strange carvings all the way down them. What did you get when you do 100?
45.
Laying across the side of a stone plinth to the right, you see an oaken staff.
Ooh.
You will
I'll
quickly
take a
identify it
stab.
as a staff of ever-changing. It will attune itself to you immediately and refuse to be held by anyone else. This stout oaken staff turns into a roll of raw silk when used as a weapon.
What?
That's what you deserve.
But there are still two other long pieces of wood leant up against the back wall with runes all the way up and down.
Get the other ones. Go.
I can't hear you. You cut
in
out.
case they're useless, get the other ones.
Alright, yeah, I'll grab the others.
They do seem to emanate some sort of magic. You don't understand it.
Right. Let me check.
Alright, they
out
got
these other
magic I
ones.
don't get.
Okay. You can give me a nature check.
Boy.
Callum?
Okay. Harder.
This magic doesn't seem particularly natural to you either.
That's in character, natural 1 for Callum. He doesn't know about nature.
No.
says,
Whatever
"Where is
their,
this
whatever
Been concerned that for a while.
whatever their natural magic is, it's not something that you personally understand.
Yeah.
Calum said, what the fuck is this?
Fox,
I'm a
as you look at
citizen.
these, you have seen these before, though really they're not. They shouldn't be up here. These are okay. That was very distracting. Sorry.
Sorry.
These are known as staffs of the tree. And
Whoa.
quite literally, when planted in the ground, they will become a tree for up to 8 hours.
What happens after 8 hours? Does it turn back into a
They
staff?
turn back into a staff, yeah. The
Interesting.
elves use these when they use tree stride to allow
Oh.
themselves to enter a tree and appear elsewhere. Another unique property of these trees is that when you step into them, you can then pull the staff in behind you. I know you're quite away from tree stride, but if you did have it, it would. Are you actually maybe it's a fifth level.
We're getting
spell.
close.
It's a
It was
fifth level spell? Sixth level spell?
Actually, let's go back. Let's go fight those rocks.
Let's go grind.
No, I have it.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. So basically,
Yes, fifth
anywhere
level.
you go, you can tree in the ground, and then use it as tree stride. It's like half a teleport. There are two of them,
Alright.
but one of them is beechwood and the other one is ash. If that is relevant.
Make two different trees.
These trees, when planted in the ground, do offer some shelter. If you were to plant two at the same time, you would be able to sort of anchor a tent between them for a little bit of added safety. They are large trees, standing almost 50 foot tall when planted. Please don't plant them inside this cave. That would be disruptive. Destructive.
That would be a problem.
Does it seem like they were just left here accidentally or intentionally?
Give me an investigation check as you look around the rest of the room. The rest of the
All
cave, I should say.
right. 4.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you don't see a huge amount else. You do see some etchings on the wall that don't make any sense to you. They're like little like numbers or lines. There is a place where a bedroll was that isn't there now. But nothing else in this cave that indicates one way or the other.
Okay.
Seeing Fox look around, I'd like to take a moment to ask, are you looking for something specific here?
I'm more just trying to determine if these were left behind by accident or like purposely for like someone to come back to.
In that
'Cause-
case, may I take a moment to...
You can look at the etchings on the wall. It's the only thing that's in the room that's in the cave that has not been sort of understood.
Okay, I would like to take time to examine those if I can.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Sure. Let me just double check, make sure I do actually get advantage on this.
Yeah. Have a guidance. I'll feel generous.
Take a blessing.
I think it's the eyes of minute seeing, Jerome, in which case you would definitely have advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Is a 28 good enough?
No, use your
Damn.
guidance.
Like, sure.
Yeah, you need the guidance.
Come on, guidance.
Hey, there we
Makes
go.
it 30.
You
30
passed the
was the
possible
DC.
check.
Now
Yeah.
it passes.
The DC was 8. But Fox just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, so these etchings on the wall appear to be like a tally of sorts.
Okay, sorry, I
and-
just unplugged my headset. I missed the last 10 seconds. My bad.
That's all right. The DC was 8. You passed.
Yep.
The etchings appear to resemble a tally of sorts, as if counting up. Every 14 days there is a mark. Sometimes it is a crescent and sometimes it is a circle. You quickly will establish that these are phases of the moon. And it appears this is a count of nights and days. At the very end of the tally, there is a large diagonal line signalling that they have reached the end of their tally.
So
And
how
then a
long
little...
have they
Sorry, hold on
been
a second.
here?
A little way below that, you will see another tally resume with a beginning slash and then a series of tallied etchings and a moon, tallied etchings and a crescent. The first group appear to be here for 3 months. The second group for 3 months. The third group for 3 months. But the fourth group, their tallies are interrupted after just 2 weeks. Looking at the etchings, it's difficult to tell, but they don't look like they were scratched within the last couple of days.
So these are older markings.
Yeah.
Any signs of what would be an evident struggle here or in the very near vicinity?
No, and not only that, but they also took their bedrolls with them, if they had them, or any other form of... The only thing that was left behind was these 2 wooden staves. Well, 3 wooden staves, technically.
So in that case, would it be fair to assume that they had seen what they needed to see or did what they needed to do and then left, or were they like more abrupt in their abandoning of this place?
Given that they left behind what is probably their primary means of transport, you would assume that they didn't mean to leave for good.
Ah, so something must have happened to them then.
I would assume so.
Well, that's quite tragic. But, well, it seems they left behind some useful things.
Well, ours now.
Right. And you're gonna have much use with the trees, or?
No, this one.
He's got the he's got the
Sogravia.
useless stick. Yes, that's attuned to him. If he lets go of it, it comes back.
Oh, wow.
As with all
Oh, it's
of,
always in my hand.
as with all no, it's always in your inventory
Yes.
somewhere or possession. As with all Bjorn's useless items, you cannot hand them off to anyone else. You must use them yourself.
Oh, good.
I'll place it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, it comes out again. Find it strapped
It's
to a
on my
bag.
person.
No, I'm joking. The bag of holding is a perfectly apt place for it, where it will continually morph between stick and silk.
We pull it out, all of our shit's just tied together.
Yeah.
Oh, I do wonder though.
Mhm.
While it's silk, would I be able to use it for some painting calligraphy? Is it for paint calligraphy onto this and just turn it into like this sort of very nicely decorated bit of silk that turns back into a staff?
Oh, you want to make it so that it's like a stick to a banner to a stick to a banner?
Yes.
Perhaps with
Oh,
some
that's kinda
downtime, but
cute.
not right now.
I was thinking that exact thing, except we tie the silk around a bunch of crap, and then turn half of it back into a stick, and then we just use it as like a fucking hammer to hit people.
That is not that
A
exact
junk
thing at
hammer.
all.
That's utterly
Um,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking
Anyway.
watch me.
As you leave the cave, Astrid will point out that there are some tracks. They look 3 or 4 days old. That perhaps belong to the previous inhabitants.
The heck?
Do you want to follow them?
Do they look like they're going in the direction of the Cloud Temple?
No, they look like they're going in the direction of those rocks.
Oh, no.
The birds, not rocks on the ground.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we just
Yeah,
came from that way,
figured.
right?
No, so if you imagine you are, you've sort of gone round the peak halfway. It carries you around the peak and then goes back a little way on yourself, yes, across the rocks, hunting ground or breeding ground. You could follow them if you want, but it is fair to say that that is probably what happened to them.
They got snatched up.
They got birded.
It's
I
not
got
like
rocked.
we can do anything to the. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, could find their corpses and give them a proper burial.
You do have all the
Yeah.
time in the world, several. You specifically as well.
Yeah, you. I like Zavral's the one who's just like, we could go on this little side quest. We got nothing else better to do.
I mean, we could do so on the way back. Come to it.
Well, they maybe we should go find them. They could be in need of help.
They could
They're
be.
probably super dead.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but
Well, we should.
So the tune of Nicki Minaj.
Well, surely we should check.
oh boy,
Right.
they're mega
mean-
dead.
Either way, they're alive and they could use help, or if they have passed, perhaps acquire something of theirs to pass on.
Hmm.
So what you're saying is either save them or steal from them.
Yeah, hold on, I like that idea.
Salvage their belongings for
Salvage.
potential inheritance reasons.
No, like when I say to pass on, not to us, to
Oh, right.
relative.
I see. Okay, right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, I
I don't know.
I don't
how
want their
you
shit.
that conclusion,
Don't you?
James, because-
Don't you, Mr. Tree-stride Stick?
Well, listen,
This
finders,
wasn't
keepers,
on them.
lose-
Ashford-
finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
Ashram will point out that tracks go around a small crevice. If you wish to go at least that far, which is sort of 10 minutes out of your way, then perhaps you could
Okay,
see where
we'll
they
do
went
that.
from there.
Okay, let's do that.
I would like to do that. Yeah.
take a look.
Okay. You follow the tracks to the edge of the crevice, and as Ashram goes ahead alone to peer around the edge, she comes back and reports that she thinks they're probably dead. Come and have a look.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she will lead you around the corner, and you will see a nest, a large
Oh.
nest with 3 eggs sat perfectly within it. There is a large smear of blood along the edge of one of the nests. The blood appears to be humanoid.
Wow.
Hmm.
How
Does it?
big are the eggs?
About 4 foot.
Very good.
Are there any other signs of anything other than just the blood? Or
Give me an
like any
investigation check.
remains or...
I could make a really big omelet with this.
Now we're talking.
Since I'm not looking at a range of 1 foot, this will just be a regular rather than
Yes,
an
yes,
arc.
yes.
That is a 19.
Yep. You find 2 boots. They do not match. They are discarded
Two
upon the
non-matching
ground,
boots,
and
which means
inside one boot you find a foot.
Gross.
Gross.
How far are we currently from this?
Oh, you're about a foot away from the foot.
Oh, we're at the nest. Okay, I didn't realise we'd moved up that far.
No, you came around the corner and the nest was like there, right?
Oh
Um,
shit. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. Ashrin is pretty certain that in the area you're in, as long as you don't attempt to go into the nest, you're safe.
Right.
But this boot seems to have been discarded outside of it, with foot in it. One boot is a boot of boots of the elven, or whatever they're called, elven boots of
Elven Stride?
boots of elven something.
Elvenkind.
Yeah, boots of
Elvenkind.
Elvenkind. Thank you. So I knew somebody was going to get there eventually. It knew it wouldn't be me. Yes, one is a boot of Elvenkind, not very useful and so. The other a standard boot, but both appear to be relatively delicate and belonging probably to elves, which would make sense given the staves that you found.
Alright, Alright, well, you want to grab that one boot and we can leave?
In your experience, elves wouldn't have attempted to sabotage or hurt the rocks or the rock eggs. Perhaps they were just a little too zealous in their study?
They got gobbled up.
It does appear that way.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
And there's no signs of remains anywhere?
No. The only place you can imagine that there might be, but you can't look right now, is in the nest. Well, you can look right now, but at your own peril.
Okay,
Hold on.
so-
Fox, what are you thinking?
So, like, we can't see over the nest edge, or?
Yeah, you can't see over the nest. So the nest is perched between, like, sort of a little up, as if like in an airy. So if you imagine the nest is sort of 6 or 7 foot up from you, between 3 or 4 rocks, the stone kind.
Right. Are there any
Don't
rocks
smell good.
nearby us?
You see
or-
no birds at the moment.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I would know this, but maybe Fox would. So, I do have a question. Do you know if Crocs have any natural or innate abilities to see someone who is less able to be seen, say, invisible?
Do you mean, do they have true sight? No.
Yes, do they have true sight? Exactly.
No, they can't see invisible creatures.
We've fought them before. Ain't no way they have true sight.
That being said, they don't only find things by sight. They do
They
have
can
other
probably
senses.
smell you pretty good.
Or
Why
sound.
don't you just have your owl fly up, get a peek into the nest if it's so, if you want to investigate thoroughly. Zavril.
That could be an option.
I'm
If
walking
not,
away
Fern
from
is
this
up for
nest
the
though.
task and willing
could be.
to perch nearby
Yeah,
and
me
look
too.
in.
Okay, you want to look in? With the owl?
Yes, I'd
Are
like
you looking
to
through the
spark
owl's
catch
eyes?
somewhere nearby. Yeah.
Okay. You look down and you see that whilst there are 4 eggs here, one of them is cracked open.
Uh-oh.
You do not see the sign of whatever came out of it, but strewn around the inside of the nest you see various body parts.
Ah.
It seems that the rocks were feeding their babies people.
This was the first meal for that newborn baby.
Or second or third, yeah. There's body parts of
Yeah.
various creatures in there.
But no sign of the youngling.
No. Not at all.
And I'm guessing it would be difficult for me to relay everything that I see to Fox in a way that would
Well,
be
you
able
can
to.
say it out loud as you're
just
looking.
You can
Yeah, but
just
I'm
say
guessing
the
from my
words.
descriptions they wouldn't be able to ascertain how long ago this hatched and everything.
Well, that amount of food, you would know the first hatchling must have hatched at least a week ago. And if it hatched a week ago, it can fly now.
Oh, damn! They develop quick.
About a week is how long it takes them to take their first flight. They don't fly very far, so they're probably not far from where you are now.
Yeah.
Baby rock.
Just
Just saying. It would seem that anyone who you're looking for is dead as hell. There are no items of
And
value
very
in there, and there are probably rocks nearby. Now might be a good time for an exit. You have found the end to that story.
Yeah.
Okay. As you travel onwards, you are scaling down the side of the mountain. I would normally ask for climbing checks, but you have so many different things to help you get down and up of hills, including 2 sets of slipper climbing, a hovering robot, a broom. No, we don't have a broom in this campaign, do we? No, okay. Not a broom. 2 ropes of climbing, a full climbing kit, pittons, featherfall.
They are meant for climbing.
Wild shape, I don't know, we've got a million zillion things that could help. So I'm not going to ask for checks, I'm just going to tell you, you scale down the mountain with ease. As you get down, it's a little lower down, it's approaching 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's fair to say you've probably stopped for lunch already. It wasn't that great, because Glacius isn't here, and you've got enough buffs in life. But I will ask Michaela to run, you know what I want. A D100, please, Michaela.
Okay.
Words are hard.
87.
Rejected. Another one, please.
I feel like that's
Actually, no,
the
we can
same
have the same.
number
We can have the
got
same one.
earlier.
We can have the same one for that. Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Roll me a d20.
D20. 12.
Yes, a common ingredient. You find a large bracken bush of blood grass growing up on the side of the mountain. As you come down, you can collect a pound of it. Great in potions of stamina.
Yum.
Also, chewing the leaves raw can be quite uncomfortable and lead to sores in the mouth, but can relieve exhaustion in a pinch. Darth, whatever you're crackling and cresping, can you mute your mic for it, please? Thanks. You can chew them raw in a pinch if you have to cure exhaustion, or put them in potions of stamina. Again, just probably a couple of pounds here if you want. There is a lot of blood grass. It grows thick. As the bushes go. Hello, sweet pea. My cat just very adorably looked up and he went, meow. With the quietest meow you've ever heard. She's just chilling in the. She's just chilling in the corner.
Wow.
She's on a tea towel and a dragon
That one
mask.
back
Actually,
there is a frog.
yeah, that's a Halloween costume.
Yeah. Also to keep him warm because it's cold outside.
That's pathetic. Just
He's
saying.
about the size of
He's
like
a
a
dog.
big taco.
He's a dog. He's got fur. He can stay
And?
warm.
What are you talking about? You talked about putting our cats in costumes.
Yeah, that's to
You're
look
having
at,
a go
not to keep them warm.
on his dog.
Yeah. They don't. The cat doesn't need a costume to keep them warm, but she would look great with a pair of antlers. Anyway.
Listen, it wasn't my choice, but he looks adorable. So shut up.
Yeah, as you continue downwards, the sun begins to set. It is late eve. You have made good progress on your first day. As the moon begins to rise, you will note that for the third day in a row, it is crimson.
Whoa.
Blood has been shed this night.
That is
That's
what
ominous.
Ashran keeps saying. It's really annoying.
I
Every
know,
night.
that's why I had to
It
say.
also
because
doesn't make
Ashran's
any
not here.
sense.
Red moon
It
this
doesn't
night.
make
Blood
any
has been
sense.
spilled this night. Yes. No, it probably doesn't. But it does
Because
have other.
every night blood is shed.
Sure. Fox will be able to tell you that this fairly common occurrence, sort of fairly common being once every sort of 12 to 15 years, tends to happen for sort of 3 or 4 days at a time. It is when the sun is sort of slightly still visible in Sogravia throughout the day. So because the sun is very, very low in the sky, it's almost like a permanent sunset, burning a red crimson-y light onto the moon. It's just a matter of reflections and science. But there are hundreds of different superstitions regarding this time.
And I'm guessing the superstitions all change based on the tradition.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure Fox would have
Alright.
told you that whole idiocy.
Dinner time.
Yeah.
I got
Yay.
another recipe cooked up.
Do you want to save it for lunch tomorrow so that you can actually use the buff instead of sleeping it off?
Fine.
Just saying. You probably are looking to have heavier meals during the day when you actually need the energy to walk, and lighter meals
Can I
in the
make
evening
dessert
when
at
you're
least?
tired. Yeah, of course you can. What are you having for dessert?
The cackling thing.
The
From
cackling
the Orcish
fang?
cookbook. Yeah,
Oh,
from the
boy.
Orcish cookbook.
Oh no,
It
what does that
is,
include?
1 chicken, a 1/4 cup of sugar, half a cup of honey, half a cup of mace, 1 teaspoon of cloves, half a cup of ginger, and 1/4 cup of almonds. I have no
Uh-huh.
idea what it is, but it says it's dessert, so
Chicken for dessert. I like it. Honey sweet
listen, it's
dessert
the
covered
Orc's
in
cookbook.
mace.
Yum.
That'll
it's
do
the
it.
Orc cookbook.
Yeah,
like, I don't
roll me
know
a
what it
roll me a
means.
cooking check with disadvantage.
Let's go, orcs.
So sweet nutty spicy chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For dessert.
it's yeah. I mean, although it says it's for dessert, I think Glacius will establish it'll do for the whole meal.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, you
I
survived the
rolled
ordeal.
a 13 and a 14.
You survived the ordeal. And as your culinary expertise is expanding consistently, you realize that this particularly fiery and nutty dish could be particularly useful in... Ooh, excuse me. To fend off sickness. For how can you be sick having had this? You will have advantage against all you have resistance against all diseases, or advantage against catching diseases. I don't know how to describe that. Advantage in saving throws against disease. But more importantly, far more importantly, you will be able to gain double the benefit to potions.
Oh.
So any potion that has an effect that can be measured can be doubled.
Wait.
Whether that is an hour to 2 hours, a round to 2 rounds, or if it gives you advantage, it will give you on the next 2 rolls, or if it gives you a 16 healing, it will double to 32.
Bloody
It's
hell.
duration, not effects. Okay.
Yes. Well, no, I mean, it will double the effects or the duration depending on what the potion does, right?
So does that mean Zavril's thing, Zavril's potion that he has to drink every single day?
That's not a potion.
Fuck!
No.
Sadly,
that is an
oh,
elixir.
that would be great if it was.
The effects of this last an hour.
It's just a fancy potion.
No, they don't. They last 8 hours. They last 8 hours, sorry. I don't know why. Yeah. The effect of the meal lasts 8 hours. There is only an hour until you go to bed, though, so it won't be very
We're
useful.
going to bed.
Yeah. Anybody who drinks a potion in their sleep will double the effect in their dream.
Joke's on you, I always drink in my sleep.
Okay. But it is
I
not,
have a problem.
it is not your sleep that we're interested in. It's Sullivan's.
It's mine, isn't it?
Oh.
Boy.
Sullivan, as you rest this evening, you have a dream. In that dream, you are walking through what appears
I
to
had
be...
a dream of time gone by, where hope was high and life worth living.
Yeah, pretty much. You dream of moving through cornfields. You recognize these cornfields as the place where you first met Charlotte in the Feywild.
Okay, I'm glad you said something because I didn't know where you was going.
You do recognize yourself to be in the Feywilds.
Lovely.
And, after
Very happy in my dream.
Okay. And after a long period of traveling within the Feywilds, a creature sort of stops you and addresses you. I think we have an image for this. Do we?
Hey, bitch, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Stay away from my daughter.
Stay away from my daughter.
Not at all.
Stay away from my daughter.
Maybe we don't. But you have met
I can imagine.
You
It's
have
okay.
met this creature before. She is of the Fae. She's of the Ark.
Oh, is it the
Fae.
Ark Fae that
Indeed.
was singing?
It is. It is. It's the princess.
It's the sing song.
As
I
the,
will bow as I see her.
And she speaks very delicately into your mind. You served us once. Would you be willing to do so again?
What is it that you need?
One of ours is lost.
Ah. Lost where?
She looks at you for a
Sorry,
moment.
that seems silly, doesn't it? As in, like, lost in the material plane?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
In
I
your
see.
world, yes.
I thought the doors were closed.
This one left of their own choice, but they have not returned. Time moves differently here than it does there. It has been many years since you last aided us for us, though it may be only weeks for you.
I see. This person voluntarily left, though.
They were seeking something. The plane of shadow has begun to bleed into the Feywild.
Oh, fuck.
They were looking
see.
for answers. To you, they will appear as a creature of, with the legs of a goat, and the body of a man.
A
She did-
satire?
Indeed.
A what?
Satyr, to you guys, Satyr to us.
Mr.
Satyr,
Thomas to
yes,
everyone?
Yes, exactly.
He's
they-
dead.
They play a lute that can charm all those that hear it, and are very good at hiding, so finding them may be difficult. But if you do find them, please, will you aid him in finding his way home by leading him to the place that you last came to us?
Yes. What is his name?
I should have been ready for that one.
Please say Mr. Thomas.
No, it's Yokalis.
Callis.
That's an I.
I
first
mean,
letter.
yes, absolutely. If I come across him or have any reason to believe that he may be nearby, wherever I am, I will look for him. And
It
I
is
will try
likely
to
that
bring
he
him
would
back.
keep to the forests of your land.
Okay.
If you can do this for us, you'll be greatly rewarded.
I don't need a reward.
Yet, we will grant you one nonetheless. It is the nature of the Fae.
Very well.
Yes.
Didn't we see a satyr in one of the taverns that we went to when we were pub crawling with the dwarves?
Yeah.
I'm more reminding this.
James is like, yeah, and.
I'm more reminding everybody.
Yeah.
Just in,
There aren't many satyrs in this world. You did see one playing in the tavern where the beer is endless.
Oh, maybe
People
we
get
should
stuck
check
there for years and years.
Oh shit! Yeah, we should.
Oh, that
definitely go
place.
there. Okay, yeah, we should go
yeah,
there.
I was saying that to remind everybody.
Well, that's nowhere near a forest. That's like in the mountains.
That's why they said they might.
Let's have a look.
Oh yeah, you didn't hear anything because you're not in the stream, bitch.
That's why I'm reminding you because I know.
I don't
Sullivan
need
won't
you to
remember
remind
this.
me. Let me be forgetful. I suppose there's some greenery over there. But we're not.
small
We don't
woods.
have any plans to go back there. Is the problem?
No, and you're also here.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna have to.
No,
think
it
of
is
a way
here.
to
It's not
convince-
there.
It's definitely here, but not there.
I'm
I
gonna
hate
have
you
to
both.
Good.
find a way to convince everyone to go back there.
Yeah, but anyway, you're in a dream. Thank you, Sullivan. We understand that your heart has been captured by one of our nature. She is not of us, but you cannot come without being touched by the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he like blushes and kind of like, not giggles to himself, but kind of like smirks.
We wish
Like
you
what? I don't like anybody.
we wish you love and joy of that union. And with that, the dream stops, and you find yourself awake at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Bonus city, probably.
When you, yeah, and
It's more like dunk, dunk.
but when you are awake, you will note that Ashrin is sat sort of at the edge of camp, looking up at the stars, keeping watch. And Callum is folded up in the corner, looking a little aware. But morning will come soon enough, and Zavril, I will take a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Nat one, nat one, nat one.
Fuck you.
Fuck yes!
Fuck
Yes!
you, Sullivan.
You killed him!
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
Zavril died.
Josh, please describe his grisly demise. No, I'm kidding.
No, you
I'm
killed
kidding.
him.
I'm kidding. Zavril,
This is why
Fear
we
not.
can't have nice things.
a natural one is no worse than it would have been if you had have rolled a 7 or an 8. You will lose a further 5 maximum hit points, which you can still replace with temp HP. Could you please apprise us all of your current state? You're missing 25. What's your current max HP?
75.
That's pretty good. And you've got 25 temp?
Yes.
You have exactly
So-
100 HP.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Sullivan, just for that, you lose date privileges. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but I mean,
but
what
you're
if he
gonna have to
rolls?
call
What if he rolls
Charlotte's
badly
mom.
4 nights in a row, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
suppose.
it could be 4 bad rolls in a row and then a really hard combat, and I could get absolutely fucking obliterated.
Yeah, I mean, anyone
Yeah,
can
that's
die in
true.
combat.
As we know, the longer I go,
The harder it
I'm
gets.
I'm gonna call Charlotte's mom, and we're gonna cancel the date.
All right. Charlotte's mum's dead. You get up in the morning. It's time for breakfast.
Spoilers.
She wasn't dead until Darth said we should call her. So you just killed Charlotte's mum.
Wow.
In the morning, what's for breakfast?
All right, let me. I still do have it up. We're going back to the Orcish cooking books.
Oh, Lord.
Loves the corpse.
Well, no, it's just because there's like 3 recipes in there, so it's just we're gonna knock them out like real quick. It's the bristly grittin thing.
Okay.
Okay.
It
doesn't sound
requires a
appetizing.
wild boar, 50 onions, 10 garlic, and 20 liters of beer. Oh my!
Well, that's
God.
good.
I am-
That's good. Someone has an alchemy jug, don't they? Did that happen, or is it I dream that?
No, we do have.
No,
we
I
should
got
have
it.
an alchemy.
Remind me not
I
to eat
have
this
it.
before my day.
He's gonna need 20 liters of beer.
Yeah, we don't have that.
We
Surely
have an
we don't
alchemy
have
jug.
Well,
I'm gonna get all those
guess we're
onions.
going out without water today.
Did you just say we'll have to go without water for a day? I love that thought. No, we don't. We have no water except the alchemy jug. If it breaks, we're fucked.
God.
Glacius does buy all the ingredients he would need to make.
Oh yes, you've been bringing 20 liters of beer all the way. That's definitely
No,
happened.
not the beer part. That
Okay.
was like
Yes.
he was just like, oh, we'll figure that out when we get to that recipe. But like,
Yes,
the
I'm
sorry, you
onions
can
and the
figure it
garlic
out.
aren't a problem.
I do
Did
notice
have 50 onions.
Glacius might buy them, but doesn't tend to very often pay for them.
I have money. Here,
Yes.
I'll get rid of all of my money.
That doesn't help. But anyway.
There we go. I bought all of the ingredients I will ever need. Just 5 million potatoes.
Oh my god.
And they all probably rot.
Anyway.
No, potatoes never go bad.
So do we know what the meal is? Do we know what it sort of looks like, tastes like? Or do we just know the description?
No, it just gives me the description of how to cook it.
I
It doesn't
see.
give me any idea of like what it is. That's why I think this is probably my favorite cooking book.
Okay.
Because everyone's is gonna be different.
It's a roasted boar.
Yeah, you remove its eyeballs, of course. You
Okay.
remove the boar hide and let the boar bleed dry. Open it and remove all of its guts and organs. Fill it with onions and garlic. Place it on a spit over a fire. Spin for 9 to 10 hours.
So you started.
God.
You put it on last night,
Okay.
ready for breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
sure.
baste it with the beer to give it some flavor. During the roasting process, the wild boar is ready when the eyeballs begin to drop out.
Ugh, gross. I'll dig in.
Yeah. Give me a cookery check.
All right, I was gonna say, do I have to roll for it first?
Of
Or...
course.
Oh, that's a 26, baby. I'm a really good cook.
Holy crap.
I got a 19.
Yep. Oh, sorry, bear with me a second.
Those points in wisdom, man, they really helping me when I cook. That's not
Thank fuck
salt.
they
That's the
are.
baking soda.
Ugh.
I'm gonna put that back.
Yep. And with that, you. Sorry, what did you roll?
26.
Okay. 26 is pretty damn good. You gain. Where did I put it? Where did I put it?
Immunity to slashing damage.
Nope. All of you gain 2 strength. This can take you above. This can take you above 20.
Let's
Ooh,
go. I was
22
about to say,
strength.
Let's go. We love that.
And also, what I was doing for you is getting you some images of the tent. So let me just pull those up for you. And I'll show you what it looks like inside. Yeah, you remember you got this arcane tent that you've been using?
Yes.
Well, it's pretty fancy. Let's just wait for that to load. And you've got the kitchen area.
Oh, how cute.
It is a full, little usable kitchen.
It looks like a Disney princess's house.
Uh-huh.
It is.
A little bit. That's one of the bedrooms.
Yeah, this is a Disney princess's house.
There's even a little
God.
study area that Zavril's been using.
I'm assuming he sleeps there too. Like,
What about this gun on the cushion?
don't
he has a
worry too much
gun.
about Don't worry about the gun. There's a gun on a cushion? What
No.
gun on a cushion?
Wait.
In the
hold on.
bedroom, right in front of the vanity.
Yeah, it's a
gun.
like a
Is it? You said it's in the bedroom?
Mm-hmm. This is like one of
Oh,
those
I see it. What the fuck?
hidden object.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There's no gun. That
Okay,
is
so Sullivan
that is
has
a that is a
gun now.
wand.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
No, that's the gem. That's the
Is it the
gem.
wand of fireball that we have that's just sitting there?
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, it's
Not
cute.
the same effect.
It's very usable. But yeah, and having had a good night's sleep, you all have +2 to strength for the day. And this will last 24 hours, not 8.
As
Wow.
we are digging into breakfast.
I'm sorry, just 1 second. I thought you were going to ask about the food. I will tell you, Duff, that the next time you want to cook this meal, you will need to have hunted a boar. Yes. You can't just yoink
I'm
one of
assuming
those out of
actions.
nowhere.
I'm assuming Ash.
Yes,
is
boars
around.
are regularly known to frequent the upper reaches of mountains.
the mountains, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Josh, you were saying.
I was just gonna say, whilst we're having breakfast, everyone, I have had a message from the Feywild, from
Your
the
girlfriend or
from the Archfey, that we encountered there. It
oh,
seems
real important stuff. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
it seems that despite the door, it seems that someone of the Fae is still in the material plane. They came here searching for answers as to how to stop the Shadowfell infiltrating the Feywilds, but they haven't returned yet. They appear to look like a Satyr. I remember that we saw one in Thraston.
Thraxton, yeah.
In the pub that was difficult to leave. I don't know if that is him, but if possible, I think we should check.
Okay,
That's pretty out of the way. though.
right.
I'm not saying now. I'm saying if we have some spare time later, or end up going around that area.
What if we change your date location to Thraxton, that pub? Then
Now
it's
we're
like
talking.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Glacius, I'm being serious here. This is
And
a
I know you
serious
are.
matter.
in all seriousness.
now
though,
it's serious.
if we return to either Carthon or Zarenia after we're done here, can't we just secure quick and easy passage through teleportation and some additional means to, if not Thraxton itself, then Van Harnia, and then just take the road by maybe cart or something?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we have a date that we have to go chaperone after
course,
this is over.
but-
So
First of all, if you're referring to me visiting Shala, I do not need you to be there. Nor do I
Okay.
require you to be
oh,
there.
okay. We'll let you go. We'll go investigate this. Have fun on your own, Sullivan. When
Let's
the
meet up at
dragon-
Centerpoint.
I do believe
yeah.
there is one major flaw with your idea there, in the fact that Sullivan appears to be the only one who knows exactly what he's looking for.
You just said it was a
Oh,
secret.
So we cannot just go and do this on our own.
What's the satyr's name?
Really, realistically,
You're
we could, but
Oh, goddess.
Sullivan
Alright.
is the best person for it.
Okay, Sullivan, give us all the details you know about this satyr and catch us up so that way we all have the same amount of information.
No.
Oh, so now you're gonna be petty about it?
I don't trust you.
So,
Fox?
so you received the synergy from the goddess, right?
The Archfey, yes.
Right, and she came to you.
Oh, are you jealous?
Wow.
Is there something wrong, Fox?
Come on, Fox, say it with your chest.
Just to remember, my staff is the one that she exchanged, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So fun thing in like the little description is like I can be in contact with her because
correct.
she's the one that grew it for me.
Yep, 100% correct.
She knows that.
Yep.
Oh, why didn't she just tell Fox?
Well, indeed, why didn't she?
Sus.
I'm just.
It's quite sus, I agree, Fox. We'll sort this out later.
Yeah, for now we got magical fanatics to yell at.
Why is it sus?
I don't know,
She could
had an
contact
easy-
Fox with
Yeah,
just
but-
a
yeah,
blink. Why would she not have done that?
Maybe because she likes me better. Maybe that's.
Oh, hold on. All right. Whoa. Let's all calm down here. All right. We don't have to be going at each other's throat. And Glacius is saying this specifically to Fox. Glacius doesn't care about us. Let's be okay.
It's easy for Glacius to say because no one likes him.
I wasn't though.
It's all right. It's all right. We all like you a lot better, Fox. Anyway.
Okay.
This conversation is not canon.
Yeah. Let's retcon everything. Let's go back
Yeah.
to breakfast.
Anyway.
But Fox, you do raise a point. It is worth thinking about that.
Yes,
Why not you?
I agree.
You're also a Furbolg, right? So you are in somewhat naturally attuned to the Fae in some ways. And indeed, in the Feywild, it was yourself that found it easier to navigate than the rest.
Yeah.
Is that a one-way communication or is it two?
No, I use a charge and do ascending.
So why don't you
Well,
send
well
it
then,
out?
why don't you speak to her now and see if that was really her? If you're worried that it might have been a trick.
Well, it's not them where it's a trick. I'm just.
Are you jealous?
He's
Just-
just
I'm just
what is it,
sad.
Fox? Speak to me.
I'm just sad.
he's gelling.
But it's true. It maybe that is something we should look into. Why don't you speak to her and just double check?
Yeah, I'll use a charge my
Why
staff
didn't you
to
choose
attempt
me?
to spend-
What about me? What are you gonna say? How many words is sending?
25.
25? Yeah.
I play so many characters that do sendings. Hello, miss.
It's a good start.
That's true.
Just that.
No, hello, miss. Just wanted to make sure about finding the satyr that you had mentioned to my companion.
Okay. There's a delay. The message returns. How do you know of our missing satyr? Of what companion do you speak?
My friend Elliot said he had a vision last night where you visited him and made mention of it.
I have made no contact with the material plane since the exchange of hostages. Though we do have a missing satyr by the name of your Callus. If you do locate him... I ran out of words. My bad.
Of course, I will do so. Yeah, and now addressing group again. She made no contact. Or really, she says she hasn't.
Wow.
Sullivan, are you okay?
Who could it have been? Is there even a missing Satyr?
There is, and it is by the same name.
Curious that someone would know that and be able to appear as this Fae.
It is.
They knew of Charlotte as well. Within the dream, I was in the same field, and she was there.
Was there
So this
any discrepancies in the field aside from that?
no,
He's just like,
absolutely not.
No, it was exactly as you remembered it.
No, which is very troubling for someone to know that much.
I mean, all we can do is really speculate on it now.
Perhaps if we find this Satyr, they may know more.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because why would someone appear to your dream to trick you into finding someone who's actually missing, you know?
Yes, it's very strange.
I'm gonna whisper to Glacius, Charlotte is evil.
Do I hear that? Can I?
Fox glances over with inquisitive
Give me a
look.
perception check.
The fuck?
I don't think Callum
that's
is
pretty.
the...
That's pretty.
Yeah,
bad.
okay, you don't quite hear.
Yeah, that's-
You don't perceive it.
Don't hear.
Perceive all.
Don't hear. Fuck all.
I think you might be right.
We'll cross this bridge when we reach it.
Seems like bitter single people.
Callum very married again. The rest
yeah,
of you
damn.
I can't speak of.
He's married to the armor.
Inside, there's just a picture of Callum's wife.
You guys don't know what's inside,
Aw.
but yeah, yes, there is a picture of his wife in there.
Oh, I was talking about Glacius being married to the armor.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
married to his demon
It's weird.
armor.
Yeah,
Don't ever
he
get
was-
Oh
that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like that one better.
He whispers to it at night.
As you continue on through the mountains, around about midday, 1 o'clock, you see a sort of very sheer cliff face to the side of you, upon which are speckles of blue dotted throughout. Fox,
Oh.
the fabled blue mountain flower that you're looking for.
Fox is like,
It's
"Come
here."
You can see 6 of them.
Wow.
Up to, sorry about the phone, up to 100 feet up the cliffside.
Oh my goodness.
You know, if you
Al,
answer that, I'll stop ringing.
100 feet up the cliffside, looks difficult to climb, I guess, and yeah.
It's impossible to climb.
Okay. I'll use the charge of my amethyst lodestone to just fly.
Figured you would. Yeah, and as you... How long does it take to answer a phone?
She's screening. That's what she's doing.
She doesn't have her glasses on to read the phone. Let's not be real. Oh, God. Drives me nuts. Sorry. As you drift on up, you are able to pick 7 single blue mountain flowers. Please give me an alchemy check to make sure that you preserve their roots so they can grow again.
Alright, here we go.
One of
You
these
would
days,
know
Fox
that-
is gonna touch something that's poisonous.
27. I already have.
27!
Another thing.
With a 27, can I have an intelligence check with advantage, please? And you are able to pick these. You know that it's foolish alchemists and reckless hands that have caused the blue mountains flowers to become so rare, as picking them can result in the roots being pulled up, causing them to stop growing. With a 13, you may add a single point to your alchemy. I believe that raises your score from 4 to 5, is it, or 3 to 4? 4 to 5, right?
4 to 5.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That means that I need to go to your page. You will now have expertise in your alchemy checks.
Oh yes, let's go.
At 7, you roll with advantage, and at 9, you cannot roll below a 10.
Ooh.
Say. I'm gonna fly up to where Fox is also.
Okay. If you refresh your page, Jay, that should be fixed. You should now have a plus 13 to alchemy, I believe, which is quite a large number.
Wow, that's a lot.
Ooh, it's so beautiful.
Well, I mean,
That's a lot
alchemy
of alchemy.
is literally what Fox is known for, so it's good.
That's
Say,
what I do.
Fox, these
Yeah?
flowers are very rare, right?
Mm.
Do you have a way to, like, I don't know, make them grow, make more of them grow?
So this is specifically the reason why they are so rare, is that alchemists are often fairly powerful druids or artificers or etc. But the Blue Mountain flowers, being that they can restore magic, contain mana in and of themselves, therefore are almost impossible to manipulate with magic. Not only that, but they have to grow at such a high altitude, and there are so few mountains left in Listras, that this is why they're so rare. Sorry, there's no way that Jay could have responded with that. As Jay hasn't been told yet. But yes, that is information that Fox would know.
I see.
Oh, as nice as it would be to take them elsewhere to grow, it's here that they're more likely to. But knowing the area, specifically here, is good in itself.
Yeah. Teleport and check in on them now and then.
Yeah.
Game goals. I want to plant a tree here by any chance? There aren't that many trees around here, but what there is, there's a sudden gap between the clouds, and as the sun shines through, you see why these mountains are called the Blue Mountains. The stone of the mountain itself reflects a slightly blue color, almost as if ice is trapped slightly. Water is trapped slightly beneath the ice and snow of the mountains. It is a vivid blue, almost a deep color. And for a moment you will stand somewhat transfixed, staring at the beauty of these majestic mountains.
Wow.
And yet, as you stare up, suddenly you're unable to miss the fact that a creature crests over the top of the mountain looking down at you. Apparently checking on your progress in some way. You see it wave a hand as it stretches its bat-like wings, and a large explosion happens a short way behind you of black necrotic energy.
You again.
As your friend the Balor.
Hold on a second. Where is this fool? Is he up like towards where we're going?
No, he has come from where you just were. Yes, he's come from where you're going to where you're going to where you came from. Does that make sense? Did I make that sentence work?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes. Despite all odds.
You and he crossing paths, ships in the night but in the sky. All of those things.
What?
And what's really, really, really annoying is you saw him fly off to the west before,
This is what's
and he's just come
concerning.
from the east.
This is what
It is
my concern
100% the same Valor.
Oh god. Okay.
Ah,
Guys.
no! My
Holy
cards.
ass.
Holding ass, yes. Maybe. Give me a religion check. Or Arcana check. Your choice, Callum.
He's doing
Oh,
what
it's
with his
gonna be
ass?
Arcana. Oh wow, fantastic.
This
That's
guy, by
it.
the way.
28.
Yeah, but also well known for their ability to cast magic. To quite a high level, including teleport.
Oh, okay. So
It's 120 feet in combat,
speeds?
no. You would assume that it is teleporting around and flying at other times. Perhaps it is teleporting to an area it knows and then flying around in the area looking for you. Given that you have been charged with finding the Helm of Disjunction, and you are walking away from it.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're saying that he's got a little yellow knitted hat on.
He's in cahoots.
Oh, you know he's in cahoots with the Sovereign. See, whether he's being controlled by the Sovereignty, he doesn't have a yellow knitted hat on, that's for sure, because that would look
Not
really
on his
silly,
head.
right? But you're not sure
On his
whether
other
he's being
head.
controlled or perhaps he's working. Perhaps he's working as a partner. I should have made them yellow knitted condoms. That would have been great.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you'd never know. You'd never know.
But yes, no. You don't know if he's working as a partner or as a charge or servant, but you know they're connected.
We're working on it.
Yeah, you can shout as loud as you like. He doesn't too.
You think this is how they intend to carry out their threat against Asher, and if we just walk away with the helmet.
With your Arcana check, you do know that if you were to come into contact with a Balor right now and attempt to kill it, you would probably fail miserably.
But what if we had like 500 giants on our side?
You are known to, some of you are known to be below 100 hit points at various times and may instantly die to their powerful magics.
Uh-oh.
Zavril, go!
They have access to 9th level spells.
Oh.
You wouldn't power word kill Zavril, would you?
Not if the
just a
threat's
little boy.
against Ashrin. No, I wouldn't.
He's just a baby boy.
Ashrin has lots of health, so we're good
Sometimes, depending on how many rocks and blasts she's been hit by.
there. Oh, right.
Well, that's why she's invisible.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, you would know that a fight with a Balor would go very badly right now.
Let's keep that in the back of our mind.
Especially a Balor with a Draco Lich to their core, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I thought this was the Draco Lich. Oh.
Oh,
No,
that's a
Draco
separate
Liches are
creature.
undead dragons, and that creature is most definitely a demon with a fiery whip.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, actually, guys, hold on.
Yes.
You want to shout at an abyssal? It will not reply.
Take the girl! Wipe away the debt!
Let's have a look.
I said that in Abyssal, no one understands.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That is
From
a
out of
cat.
nowhere.
It's attacking.
She's doing that again, is she?
Okay, are we gonna keep
Yes.
going, or just talk
Yeah,
to
let's go.
Balor Drock?
She's so adorable. I love how she does that. It's so
Aw.
annoying, I know, but it really is adorable. She's great.
It's kind of my fault. I taught her how to do it.
But she comes out of
But you did
nowhere.
that to
There was
James.
no warning. She just... she just leapt
Now
up.
she's gonna start nibbling at your chin.
No, she does that when she's on the desk.
Ah. Aww.
Sweet, beautiful girl. Okay. Yeah, as you continue onwards, I will take up D100 from Josh, please.
Yay!
Good. Roll an 87.
87. 87.
87. No, that's a 9.
A 9.
Why do we want
A solid 9.
That's my lucky number, by the way.
What, 9 or 87?
9.
You weirdo.
We're over 87. That's old news.
What is it? I don't know why we even wanted it to begin with.
As you come around the corner, moving your way down from the Blue Mountain, you see what appears to be a small gnome skipping along at play.
Oh my
they have a
God.
staff in their hand and are sort of pointing it in random directions, and little clouds of pink and yellow glitter are coming out of their staff.
Oh, cute.
Son, is that you?
I was about to say, Callum, go get your kid.
No, that is definitely a forest gnome.
It's not my incompetent son. Alright. Hello, friend. I say in gnomish.
What put your foot down. Yeah, he sort of turns to you and skibbity doo dah to you. How's it going?
I want to be like you.
Quite well. Are you alone out here?
Oh yes, quite alone. I prefer it that way. Leaves me to contemplate nature. And he sort of zaps his stuff into the air and showers himself in leaves. Autumn leaves.
Amazing.
Thank you. I am.
Well, good day.
Good day to you too.
Magic crack?
Hold on, what's your name?
He leaps sort of 12 feet into the air. And does a little somersault and then floats down very glacially in front of you. And says, my name's Knockluck.
Your name's what?
Knockluck.
Knock
Knock
Luck?
knock.
Luck.
Yes.
Knock luck. That's
Clock
so
clock,
Good.
motherfucker. Like, what?
Oh, good. I'm glad it's not Tingle.
What?
That's a Zelda reference.
And it's another
It's a
reference.
Zelda.
Oh, fuck
It's a
me.
Zelda
I
reference.
don't know all these references.
To that horrible little guy.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Tingle's great.
No, he's not.
Best.
Well, knock luck. Carry on.
Oh, I will. Thank you. I'd beware if I was you. There are rocks hunting in these areas. Big birds.
No.
Should be careful.
You be careful too.
I don't need to be careful. I'm Knock.
You sure are.
Did you see that demon also? You should be careful.
Oh, yes. He should be careful of me. Would you like an orange?
I'd love one.
Yes, please.
He reaches into a pocket that is far too small and pulls out a nice, shiny, bright orange and tosses it to you, Callum. Sees Sullivan would also like one and tosses one to Callum. Anyone else for an orange?
Yeah.
Please.
Succulent and
Potato,
beautiful.
thanks.
And from the south of Listras.
Wait a minute.
South of who?
That's
South
kind of far
Listras
away,
is the
isn't it?
continent. Yes.
Where are you from, Nutlook?
Oh, here and there and everywhere abouts. Yeah,
I
you got
knew you
it.
were gonna say that. Here
Um,
and there.
The south of
you
Listras
from
is
Melter?
sort of down here somewhere.
He came out of that portal.
Oh shit! Wait a
That's
minute.
what happened.
How long ago were you over there?
What, in the south? Where the oranges
Yeah.
come from? Oh, a month or two. And in a couple of years and here and there. You know,
Wow.
I go visiting sometimes.
Do you?
I really don't know, but
I love an orange.
Well,
With
yeah,
that,
who
he begins to juggle 6 oranges in the air, one after another.
My God.
And then he starts to
Wow.
do it with one hand, 6 oranges.
Have you travelled through?
And then he
No
can
hands?
does it no hands, exactly, you've got it. He puts his hands behind his back and the oranges continue to juggle themselves. He looks at you happily.
Have you travelled through the Shadowlands?
Oh, they're dark enough as it is, yes. Quite unpleasant, in fact, the plane of shadow. Ruins the oranges.
We're due to take a journey.
an
Tradition.
expedition.
Yeah, that word.
With that, he sort of slides down a slide of nothing in the air and lands just in front of you, and he sort of climbs up invisible steps and looks you right in the eye, Sullivan.
Oh,
And he pinches your cheek. I wouldn't do that if I was you. You're not strong enough. You'll die. And then flips off backwards
Well-
and carries on and is skipping around.
Well,
Shadowhunters lands are very dangerous, you know.
well, I was just gonna ask if you know any tips to survive in there. We'd appreciate
Don't
that.
go.
you
Well,
want to come with
your
us?
friend there seems to have part of the rights of it, but the best trick to going anywhere that's particularly dangerous is always have a way out. That's what I say. And with that, he sort of clicks his fingers and glitter sort of runs down over his head, and he reappears 20 feet behind you. Always have a way out. That's my advice.
Is there any hidden ways out that you know of that can?
There's always a way if
go
you've got a
great
trick.
distance?
We've got tricks
Could-
up our sleeves.
Could you share any of these tricks you have?
Yes, I think I could. I think I could, in fact. In exchange for something. I want something from you,
God.
and something from
What
me.
would you like?
An
What are
orange
you
would suffice.
offering? I'll hand back my orange.
Okay.
How lucky for you.
And he, well, thank you very much. I've always wanted one of these. And he opens it up and takes a big bite.
My pleasure.
Juicy and beautiful, from the south, I'd imagine. And he
It
reaches
is,
into his
yeah.
pocket, and he pulls out a ring with a shiny purple gem on the top.
Whoa.
And he flicks it up into the air where it spins indefinitely. And after about a minute, he reaches up and he sort of bats it towards you, Sullivan, to catch.
As it comes over, instead of catching it, it'll go on my finger.
Will it?
You
Go
know,
ahead
like in
and
Lord
give
of
me
the Rings.
Go ahead and
we
give me the
know.
highest DC athletics check you will ever roll.
Oh man!
You need a 36 for it to land on your finger.
Oh dear.
But okay. That's a 21.
You are, however, able to catch it sort of
good.
between two fingers, which is very delicate, and then slide it on. It is a ring of Misty Step.
Oh, love that for me.
Yes.
Do I have a? Okay, I will.
Some would say a cursed item for Josh.
I
man,
forgot about that.
Jesus Christ.
On Tuesday night, Josh decided to teleport himself under a doorway using a ring of Misty Step, only to find himself at lunch with Strahd.
All alone.
And I would have gotten now if it wasn't for that pesky, slimy chimney.
And then he fell 300 foot down a chimney and died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's pretty
It
good.
was great. It was
That's
great.
great. You can
That
watch
was-
Strahd
that
on
was my
YouTube.
second-
Um,
That was my second character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was good.
Anyways, Ring of Misty. That's
Delightful.
fine. I'll unattune to the prayers of beading.
Prayers of
Present
beating?
breeding.
Yeah, the prayers of
Necklace of
beads.
prayer beads.
Yeah, that one.
Just to
That's good.
just to clarify, there's a cure wounds at the second level, a bless, and a planar shift. Is that right? On the beads.
That sounds right.
Are those the three spells?
Yeah, I believe so. But I don't really want to give it to anyone else because it was given to me in a very special way.
Okay.
It was?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was.
Do you want to expand
so-
on that, or just?
It
Yeah.
was given to me by
Do you remember?
animal type
Something
humanoid.
that starts with a G.
That's called.
Yeah.
Josh, they come out of hyenas.
No, I know. I trust me. I know. I just don't.
Would you say that you know?
Yes, it was a knoll. Because obviously, me being the peacekeeper I am, didn't slaughter the poor thing, and in exchange gave me those necklace of prayer beads that have the symbol of the knoll god.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm not giving it to you. And you're also
Fine.
evil, so that's also why I'm not giving it to you.
You want to know what's really funny about that? Is that I was the one who let it live first, but apparently I'm the evil one.
You can't
are.
cast magic, so you can't have them anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but I
You
just
are
find
evil.
it really
It's-
funny that he said
As
that.
with 90% of the items that are given out, it's requires achievement by a spellcaster.
Yeah, bitch.
Well,
Anyone
and
that's not
specific
you.
Spellcasters too.
Yes, it
I
is.
feel like only Fox can use it.
Paladin, cleric, and druids.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, yes.
So Zelda's the only one who will attune to it ever.
Yeah, yeah.
pretty much.
It has sentimental.
You can still wear it.
reasons.
Yeah,
It's
you can
just
still
like
wear it, just
jewelry.
you can't use it as spells. And there are ways of getting extra achievement slots, right? So.
Anyways, thank you. This ring is invaluable.
Oh, that's quite all right. It's just a petty trinket, in fact. Here, speaking of petty trinkets, and he reaches into his belt and he pulls out 7 wands and throws one to each of you.
Wow.
Ooh.
I can't
Wow.
use this.
What is this?
It's been such a pleasure seeing you. Skippity-doo-dah to you. And with that, he will once again wave his hand and disappear in a pile of glitter, but doesn't appear anywhere.
I
in
think
sight.
we just met Tom Bombadil.
What you got
that's
was 7 wands
who
of
that was.
smiles.
Aww.
Aww.
Yay!
One each.
Instantly use on Glacier.
I think we just met God.
For the rest of the day, Glacier's just walking around going,
Yeah.
I'm really tired of this.
Yeah.
I'll pull out the long sword that's in our bag of holding.
Oh,
and
hello?
Thank-
I think that's
Thank
it.
God.
Sorry, what are you pulling out?
Don't worry.
He
about
said
it.
he's gonna pull out his sword and kill himself.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay, very good.
I'm stuck
Okay.
smiling all day.
But yeah, with that, you are able to continue on to the evening.
love
You take rest and have a wonderful meal and a nice long rest. And Zavril, you can roll me a con save.
Oh, Zephyro.
Wonderful.
Oh,
That's a nat 20.
Damn, Zephyro. Doesn't
Nice.
give a fuck.
Balance.
Yeah, you holding on.
Yeah.
Yeah, nap 1, nat 20. We like it. We like it. But with that, we will take a short break.
Okay, good. So I need to find what we're cooking.
Hello, and welcome back to episode 33 of Sogravia. We are headed through the Misty Mountains Blue, and it is day 2. Oh, look at that. I didn't prepare that rhyme, I promise. And as you continue onwards throughout the day...
That's why you needed the break.
Yes, I took a break to prepare that line. You're right. You are descending through the cloud line. So you're coming down from above the clouds to below them. It's a little wet. A little cold, a little wet, travelling through a cloud. A strange experience, in fact. But quite cool and quite unusual and beautiful. As you do so, you begin to head down to the low ground. If you imagine, this is the mountain that you were travelling up to get to the Feurian Guard Fortress. You're now travelling down it to then sort of head through the mountains like this and up to a peak over there. Make sense? Great.
Yep.
You're all on the same page as me, right? You're seeing my lines.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I don't
Saying
know if I'm just
something.
mystical and lonely on my own. Yes. So as you begin to descend down between the two mountains, through this beautiful vista, There is a veritable host of certain alchemical ingredients too, specifically, as you come down, as you will find 4 different batches of wild sageroot. Yes, this is common in this area, so happy Christmas. You can get up to 40 uses of it, or 4 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there is a lot of it here.
Sageroot. Nice. Up to 25 pounds.
Yep. And the other thing you will find lots and lots and lots of as you come down through the ice is Arctic Creeper. So the Arctic Creeper is just under the ice, and it grows through it and below it. As you come down from the cold mountains to the regular, the change of climate consistently, what happens is the ice basically freezes and melts and freezes and melts and freezes and melts, creating gaps in the rock, and that's what the Arctic Creeper grows through. I will need an alchemy, a herbalism check, to extract it. Is that you, or is that...
That's me.
Okay, because yeah, right. I mean,
she poisons people.
no, both of them have. One has alchemy, one has poison. But do you both have herbalism? Is that right? Do you have a herbalism check?
Well, herbalism is built into druids.
Yes. But do you have a score in your custom skills?
Yes.
Is what I mean. Fantastic.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I do.
Cool. Just didn't know if I'd set it up yet. So you'll need to give me a herbalism check, because this is a difficult plant to extract.
Okay, I'm gonna guidance myself.
And so you should.
You're walking yourself through the steps.
25.
Okay, that's pretty good. You will take
But
6
not good
cold
enough.
damage doing this. So that is 6 uses, 6 cold damage, and 0.6 pounds. You take a single cold damage when you put your hands on this plant. Sorry, Josh, go on.
I will use my reaction to take all of that damage.
Okay. As the cold sort of seeps onto you, you see a sort of slight red shimmer of light extending from Sullivan's hands over yours, as that cold sort of runs up that red light and into Sullivan's hands, who seems not even to wince.
I like to think
but he
Sullivan
did do a
didn't
big
know what he
shake.
was doing, and that was an accident.
No, of course he did.
Why is
Of
it
course he
cold?
did. Very much so. Sullivan sees somebody who is potentially taking harm and is laying a protective hand over you, and as you do so, you
I just
are able
don't,
to sort
I
of...
just don't do it on glaciers. Is probably his problem.
Yeah, so that's why he doesn't understand. But as you, what you have to do is sort of grab the very cold plant and yank it sort of through the gaps in which it was growing in between the rock, which can make it quite difficult to extract, because you have to put it just the right strength to not snap it, but also to actually make it come through as in full. And you are able to extract 0.6 pounds of it. There is a lot of this plant to a small weight, so you need to use quite a lot in a potion. It's very stringy. You're sort of holding like this sort of mass of it, but it's 0.6 pounds of it. It's very light and very stringy, and there's lots of bits that need to be peeled off before you can actually use the plant in alchemy. So despite the fact that it took you like a good 20 minutes and you've got a bundle of it, it's just 6 uses.
All right, I can make one good push with this.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's 6 uses, so yeah, you can make six good potions, hopefully. It is worth mentioning that Arctic Creeper can be sort of artificially grown. So in some of the Magus Arcane labs, they keep the temperature very, very cold. And they sort of use heating and cooling to allow water to grow and freeze, and then grow the Arctic Creeper themselves. So this product can be mass produced, so you can find it at alchemical shops. Picking it in the wild is actually a skill that's fairly lost to a lot of herbalists and alchemists. They're not very good at it. But you're much more a naturally person, so you're able to grab some. And as you travel
You're
on...
better than everybody.
As you travel on through the mountains, you do see a strange-looking creature. It's sort of got very short, stubby front legs and very long back legs, almost resembling a kangaroo, but walking on all fours. It has a very long snout, and sort of very alert, and leaps from one place to another in bounds of sort of 15 feet at a time. This is a Quetzal. No, it's not. Quetzals are the other one. It is a...
It's a Quetzal.
No, I've just got the wrong creature. Sorry.
Confucius.
It's a gravnet. There we go. It is a unusual mythical beast. And they are known for one thing and one thing alone. Their meat is incredibly tender. And they are well sought after. Ashrin sort of looks specifically to Glacius, wondering if you know how to cook it.
I think in all of like the books I've read, I've probably read a lot about hearing it, but I also will like look at Fox and just be like, and just sort of shake my head. It's just like another day, perhaps.
I have a question about them actually.
Yeah?
If they're so desired, are they pretty endangered and hunted to near extinction in
You're
this
thinking of the
world?
giant turtles
Wow.
from our world who were hunted to near extinction because they were so tasty. Did you know it took 200 years to name the giant turtle because they never made it back to the museums because people ate them on the way back? Random piece of information from QI for you. That's the
is that
Galapagos
actually true?
turtles. Yeah, took 200 years to name them because they never made it back because people just ate them. I like to think there was this somebody on the boat who was like, just sort of peeking on through the door, like, oh, should I, shouldn't I? And then somebody else goes in to collect it to bring it out, and they're like, someone's eating the last one again. Damn.
They're like, we're at the docks. We're here this time.
There's just one guy with a distended belly just sat there going, please don't look at me.
He just has like a tooth in his mouth, or like a bone. He's just like, I don't know what happened.
Specifically, the gravnets are pretty hard to find, pretty hard to track. They're quite good at keeping themselves hidden, so they're not that endangered. But they would be if they were easier to find. Ashrin is pretty excited about hunting one, so unless anybody voices displeasure, she will go ahead.
Yeah, get it.
Well,
That was pretty conclusive.
As Callum yells that, it hears it and runs away.
She only gets a 16, which means she does bring it down. But it's a little gristly. She's got 3 or 4 arrows in it. But it will make for a wonderful meal tonight. The soft meat of the gravnet is best roasted slow.
But should we wait to cook it in the morning? You said we should have something light in the evenings to not get benefits.
It's best roasted slow, so much similar to the orcish meal you had the other night. It's best left on the spit overnight.
I see.
And then eaten.
I'll apologize to Fox. It's just like didn't want to hunt it sort of thing. That's what Glacius is just like, not today sort of thing.
Did you not, Fox?
I mean, I'm not the one who eats it, so.
Alright,
Fox
I
doesn't
didn't know
eat
if
meat,
you
so,
had any
you know,
objections.
yeah.
Well, no, I didn't know if you had any objections to us hunting like a, lesser populated species such as this. Right?
I mean, it's populated enough, and I don't personally know this one.
All right,
I don't personally know this one. I like it. So you can.
Well, I'm just saying, if I was at high first, then it would have been a different story.
You killed Philip.
That's great, though. It's not endangered enough yet. Give it a few.
Yeah. So, no, I specifically said it's not endangered because it's so difficult to track. Like it leaps 20 feet at a time, and it's good at keeping hidden.
All right.
There is 2 uses to this beast, however. The meat is wonderful, but the snout is pretty useful for one thing in particular. It is a long snout, but what's interesting about it is it has a filtration.
Wait, what
Shut
did you
up.
just say?
It has a filtration system inside it. So basically, this creature is able to snuff down into the earth and take deep sort of sucking breaths, and the dirt all gets filtered out as it just sucks little tiny insects through, and the dirt will come back.
Yummy.
So should you pour perhaps an alchemical potion through this, or even just water to get rid of muck in it, it has a natural filtration system through the snout. So cut off the nose and
Visually
treat it.
seems silly.
Well, I mean, okay, look up the aardvark, right? That's the sort of snout we're looking at.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying thinking of someone doing that.
Oh right,
looks
I see what you
silly.
mean. Yeah, I didn't. You don't mean the creature's snout sounds silly.
No,
you mean
no,
that.
no. I mean someone using
To
their
get for
snout to
that.
suck
And
on
yet,
liquid.
and yet, actually, if you look back into like olden day history and stuff, a lot of animals were used in those sorts of manners. Teeth were used to minor filtration by drilling a tiny little hole into them, and lots of other sort of creatures who are naturally adapted to certain situations. That's what we used for a long time.
Start watching QI and suddenly we've got history lessons in D&D sessions.
Did you know the thigh bones of rhinos used to be used as bowls in Africa?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, used to be. They still kind of are. Like,
Yeah, true. But anyway,
Yeah.
yes,
Anyways.
we're not making a piano out of
the
elephant
free
tusks.
species.
We're making
not.
dinner out of a gravnit. And so, as you guys go to take a long rest, before you do, I'll take a cookery check from the cook to see if you can establish the best way in which to deal with this. I'm in the ambience. That's why I can't find what I'm looking for.
24.
Yeah, that's a pretty high roll.
It's only
So-
cooking I can roll good for. Can't
Good.
roll good for anything else.
This is going to make an excellent slow roasted meal with perhaps some mashed potato in the morning. And with a 24, you can identify what this meat is particularly good for. And in fact, it is just straight up like feeling good. You will gain double the effect of the max HP increase from this creature as opposed to others. So normally it's anything above 16 on your cookery check is added to max HP. This will be doubled if you have Gravnit.
So it's a 16 then, because I rolled 24.
No. You will make the cookery check in the morning to actually see how well you roll that. That
okay.
was your check to A, establish what it is, and B, establish the best way of cooking it.
Okay.
So leaving it to slow roast overnight as you spend the evening in your tent. This is the first night where the moon is not red.
Blood has not been spilled this night.
Indeed, it rises a bright white, but hangs a little low in the sky, almost appearing unnaturally large. Partly due to your altitude, and partly due not that you're closer to the moon. That's not how that works. But it is how it works in a way. If you're at high altitude, all of sort of space appears a little closer as the atmosphere is thinner.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of being up high, did you know rainbows are actually a full circle?
Yes. Did you
Yeah.
not?
No. Also, it means that there's no such thing as the end of the rainbow.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
rainbow
that's
doesn't end.
I mean, Josh, but have you ever heard of anyone making it to the end of the rainbow? So, like,
No, because it's a circle.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's my
Should I
point.
hear what
Blow
you
my
said?
mind right now.
Anyway,
You can only see it high if you're high in the sky.
low moon, very large. And
Big moon, much large.
what's particularly interesting about this night is that those clouds that were roiling beneath you, that were originally roiling beneath you and are now just above you, have cleared out. And with your druid craft, you would know that this means there is a large storm on the way as they're going to sort of roil up and reboil and get lower in the sky. Expect thunder, lightning, and rain for the entirety of tomorrow.
Oh my.
Boy.
I know which spell to prep.
Is it landslide?
Is it control weather? You will not thunder on my day! Ah, yes.
It does extra damage during
It
thunderstorms.
does. It does. The following day, in the morning, you may eat your gravnit. Darth, what's your actual cooking score at? Is it 4, I think?
Yeah, I'm a level 4 cooker. Cooker person nerd.
Okay. But knowing that it's a special meal today, can I assume that we'll guidance the cooking? Do you like him enough?
I will place my hand on your shoulder and you will feel as if I have guided you.
Oh, thanks, Fox.
Don't scrap that
Placebo.
meat I'm not going to eat.
Yeah. You will
No,
feel
it's-
as if I've guided you.
But he actually
happened.
hasn't.
Go ahead and give me a cookery check.
Okay. I mean, it's still good. 22.
22. So that'll be 12 increase to max HP for the whole group. Please remember to reset that strength score if you didn't.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, Zavril,
Oh no. Forgot about you.
who doesn't gain the benefit of the max HP.
No.
Give me a con...
Avril.
Yep. You're not losing any more max HP today. You will be exhausted for the day.
That's
You lose a
worse,
death
some would
save.
say.
Well, the good thing about it is it ends after a long rest. The bad thing about it is it's shitty for the day.
Someone cast Greater Restoration on him.
It won't work.
Yeah.
Just like the max HP bonuses don't affect him.
Oh, sorry guys, I've got to be back 2 minutes. Oh, Jesus
alright.
Christ, what have you done?
Okay. I
We-
think the cat's
we
shot.
Oh
lose
no,
ours.
Zavril died.
Zavril's cat shat on the floor, I think, is more likely.
We lose their 2 strength, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Yes.
Apologies that it didn't get used.
alright.
But such is life. It is the rolls. It is the rolls. But as you all have this wonderful breakfast of freshly roasted gravnet, the butternut squash breakfast was incredible as well, and somehow randomly conferred exactly the same amount of max HP. Imagine that. As
I
always,
took
I got it through osmosis.
as always, Jay, I do not punish you for being a vegetarian. You will gain the same benefits as the
Oh
rest
my
of the group.
gosh. It's almost like killing that harmless creature wasn't even worth it if we could all have this butternut squash.
Amazingly, you can
No,
only
it
cook that
was.
butternut squash on the same day as you have gravnet.
I see.
That's true. That's true.
I just don't want to punish somebody for their
Of
their
course.
character
No,
choices,
it makes
basically.
sense.
And as a reward, Jay, you can roll a D100.
Yay!
Oh,
I did.
87, 87, 5.
5
5.
Yeah,
plus 82.
Can I ask you to re-roll that? Something tells me there is neither going to be a beggar nor a broken wagon in the middle of the mountains.
Isn't there?
No!
Alright, here we go.
That's better.
19.
Okay. That is a...
There's a mouse in the house.
Oh, Jay. This one's going to be your friend.
Oh,
By the side of the
no.
road, you see a rabbit with its leg broken. It is sort of pulling itself along. It's a sad and desperate sight.
Dinner time.
No.
No.
Looks to you and says, "My
Squirt
name's
bottle.
Philip."
Callum just gets a knife
It doesn't
and fork.
really.
It's just
It doesn't really. It's just somebody said, "Oh no, you killed Philip earlier." Yes. It's sort of dragging itself along. It's got bite marks at the back of its leg, but most
It's a vampire
importantly,
rabbit.
please, guys, let me finish my sentence. It's got bite marks at the back of its leg, but most importantly, those legs show signs of acid around them.
Uh-oh.
You can think of a couple of beasts with an acidic bite, but they should have been able to finish off a rabbit.
Yeah, I'm going to gently approach the rabbit.
To
Rabbit,
weigh
it's a
up it.
rabbit.
It looks a little nervous, but frankly, with its leg as fucked as it is, it has no chance of getting away.
It tries to run away from Fox.
Oh no.
I wanna
Easy there.
Go ahead. What are you doing when you get close?
Easy. It's fine. I may be big, but I don't bite.
It just stamps on its other leg. You're not going nowhere.
I'm gonna sort of kneel down by it. Still very cautious. Sort of shift through. First, take out like a bit of food, just to help it ease, so I can approach better.
Yep. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check to try and convince it to remain relaxed.
25.
Not only does the rabbit sort of nibble at the, we'll say lettuce or something that you pulled out, it also sort of innately trusts you a little bit and almost turns and begins to nuzzle into your leg. So it doesn't understand that you could aid it. It just is looking for comfort in such a time of distress for it.
Yeah. Sort of put the food so I can eat and gently like pat its head, and with my hand I'll place my hand on where it's hurt and cast a cure wounds.
Okay. You do so, and you can't repair a broken leg immediately with cure wounds, as you know. But you are able to make it so that A, it will knit itself together in time and it's splinted well, and B, the pain is much more manageable for the rabbit. In doing so, you do recognize that some of the wounds on it do belong to, as I said, an acidically based creature. Go ahead and give me a nature check to see if you can understand more directly the nature of what might have caused such a problem.
16.
Yeah, this looks like the bite of a rust monster.
Uh-oh.
Usually not
rust.
too dangerous, but what's interesting is that they're often subterranean, which means there must be caves nearby.
Oh no.
Okay.
They're also known to corrode armor and metal.
Do they have a vulnerability to daylight?
No, they're blind.
Oh, so maybe that's how the rabbit got away.
They travel by blind sight. Like moles.
Well, what if we flashbang them? What is?
That will have no effect.
Don't
Well,
have eyes.
it'll just be a bang. It won't be a flash.
Yeah, but the.
And I don't want to know I don't want to know the answer to what if we bang them. So let's carry on.
Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
You go do whatever you want to do, James.
But yeah, these mole-like creatures are not particularly dangerous in any way. I mean, they're dangerous to a rabbit. They're not dangerous to you. But they do indicate the nearby presence of caves. A collection of rust monsters usually cling to like a sulfur channel. So you can assume that there's volcanic activity, but you've known that all the time. You've seen all these heated pools and stuff.
Right.
But the rabbit will survive, which I think is your kind and generous help, unless you eat it.
Have we actually seen some of these
All right.
springs and
Yes,
pools?
we have. We
Yes,
crashed-
you have.
crashed
We
them.
have.
You made note
Came
of them
across them.
to take Charlotte to visit the
Okay,
pools.
yeah, I know
You've
I said
that
I wanted to do that. I just didn't know if we actually.
You've seen a few here and there. Nothing specifically that beautiful, and they do give off a bit of an acrid smell. But at the moment, you have noticed a few of them, and also these vents that the steam comes out of. Sort of hot, sulfury steam.
Fence.
Yeah, gaps between rocks where steam comes bubbling up from the
Yeah,
earth
I know
below.
what event is.
Then
James,
why
don't
did you
worry
repeat it?
You sounded confused.
You sounded very confused.
about it. Don't worry about it, guys.
We won't.
No, I'm worried for you.
Yeah, but unless there is anything else you would like to do with the rabbit, are you just going to let it free?
Yeah. It's like we'll still need time, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you have somewhere safe?
The rabbit transmits you an image of a little den with two other rabbits, and then that leads down into burrows. And then shows you that den has been interceded by the burrowing of a different creature, and indeed will show you a rust monster. What it's telling you is that its place of safety, its home, has been disrupted by these creatures.
Time to kill him.
Okay. Is it close? Nearby?
It shows you the path of traveling. Probably 4 or 5 minutes around the corner towards this cave.
Yeah, I'll make like I'll carefully like pick them up. And we're wearing like good cold weather clothing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay. I'll place them into my hood.
Oh, I love that. Rabbit in a hood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in a
Classic.
hat.
Rabbit in the hood.
Yeah, Knocklock would be proud if you put it in a hat, but in a hood. Yeah, and it will curl up, sort of very glad for the warmth.
Do you all mind if we take like a few minute detour?
Sure.
There's some pests that I need to deal with.
Alright.
What's happened, Fox?
This rabbit managed to survive an attack from a rust beast or something of the like, but seems that they've burrowed into near their den. I just want to make sure that there aren't any other rabbits that are in trouble.
Are these, do these creatures naturally hunt rabbits?
Not naturally, but
I see.
What?
Then we should.
the
help
bite
as
shows for
many as we
itself.
can.
Mm-hmm.
Lead the way.
All right.
Yeah, you would know that traditionally, I'll just ping that. Rust monsters roam subterranean passages and looking for metal, specifically ferrous metal. They don't tend to do anything to creatures not carrying metal. So it may just be that they've burrowed through the edge of this rabbit's leg, as opposed to...
Ugh.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been an intentional attack. But when you go over there, it is very easy and very quick to see that just under the ground, you sort of, do you know when moles burrow, you see like a little bit of soil disrupted above. You will see that crossing, a wider one crossing the narrow one of the rabbit's home, the warren. And on close inspection, the rust monsters seem to have passed onwards. And appear to be rushing further on towards the east. You can follow the trail a little way if you wish. You can see it leading up to what appears to be a cave.
Yeah.
Okay. The den, the warren of the rabbits seems to now be fairly untouched, and indeed, you will see two other rabbits sort of poking their head up and having a little look, nuzzling back. They seem to be safe.
Okay. Good. Then this is the point where I'll take the injured one and place him with the rest.
Yeah, okay. He is very grateful, snuffs at you twice, and then runs off. Or limps off. Yeah. And as you follow the trail leading up to the cave, peering in, you will see an incredible sight. A rust monster looks like... I think we have a picture. Do we have a picture? I think we have a picture. Let's do it. Come on, load up. Yep, looks like this. They're a medium-sized creature. They're almost 3.5 foot in length. There are 12 of them in this cave. And they are eating...
Whoa, that looks like a chinchilla.
They are eating the metal that is on the ground. There is a store here of mined metal. Lots of it. Every one of them...
What kind of metal?
Every one of them appears to be made of steel. And these steels are not in ingots, but instead in sort of cylinders, I guess. They're like rods. There's hundreds of them in here.
That's weird.
It is very weird.
Is there any anything to indicate that maybe there was a mining operation that's been abandoned or anything like that?
Apart from how neatly cut and made these are, it looks like somebody made them and then just filled this cave with them.
This cave doesn't look like where they were mining it from.
No, this is just a cave.
That's weird.
Callum, you can give me a history check. See if you can remember something specific.
Okay. That's 18.
You have seen these rods before. They were
my God.
used as the bars to the prisons behind which you saw all of those creatures. When you were in the place of the yellow hats. So you remember it was like an invisible barrier, but that invisible barrier was surrounded by these steel rods. And in fact, with your artificer's knowledge, you will know that they conduct magic very well. It is very easy to place enchantments within these steel rods, or at least it was until these rust monsters got at them.
Oh well, that's too bad, isn't it?
None of them look salvageable.
Yeah, you can salvage them. Rust monsters are pretty easy to just shuffle along, although you will have to leave Sid behind, as Sid is an incredibly attractive meal to them.
I'm also made of metal. I was gonna say.
Oh yeah!
Do you want to tell Glacius? Glacius will go grab them for you. Oh wait,
Is
no,
it
I'm
full suit
wearing
of armor?
you can take your armor. I don't know. Can you take
No,
your
I
armor
can't.
off?
I cannot. It's cursed.
Yeah. Fox and Sullivan can grab you some if you
I'll
want.
breathe at it. I'll breathe at them.
Cool. I
Fucking-
was gonna smash these creatures up, but if they're eating
No.
They're natural
these
creatures. They're not
things-
dangerous.
Yeah.
They're innocent.
They just
I'm
accidentally
not
ate a
going
rabbit.
to.
Mhm.
I'm not
It was an
going
accident.
to anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
because-
If it was like they were intentionally causing harm, then it would be like, yeah, no, but you know.
They just got
They're
really
pests.
excited by the smell of steel. Off they ran.
Is there anything maybe that we could put around the rabbit tunnels to keep them away? Like any smells or anything they don't like?
Give me a nature check.
I'd love to.
Fox can help, so one of you can roll with advantage.
Him. That one.
I wonder who it's gonna be. The
That one
Druid,
could do it.
perhaps?
To be fair, nature is an intelligence check, but that's an at 20.
There we go.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
And this is something you would probably have available if you ask Ashrin really nicely. They don't like particularly sweet smells or particularly floral smells. So if Ashrin has some nice perfume, I don't know if that's an Ashrin thing.
Does she?
I don't know if that's an Ashrin thing. Honey! Honey's great! Use honey.
Honey.
That's a much better one, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want
so
to
yes.
ask me for some of my jar of honey?
No, he just takes it.
No, I just make a
dare
gallon of
you.
it.
Oh,
I use
alchemy jug, make a gallon of it. I love it. Yes, and you're able to ring the edges of the burrow of the warren with honey.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
How
next
would
time
the
you
rabbits gain
next
food?
time you come by, the rabbits will be stung by bees. No, natural vegetation, Josh. They like the grass and stuff. We're quite low down the
We're in the
mountains at this point.
mountains.
We're quite low down the
Oh, okay.
mountains. If you remember, you're coming all. I did draw a little line. So we came down from here and we went all the way down here, and we're currently like down here.
Oh, we're currently down there.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you're not
sorry
all the
about
way
that.
down. Like that would be the lowest point down there, right? But you've come quite far down.
But there's some grassy fields.
You're surrounded by grass.
Cool, cool.
So from this revelation that that they're kept at bay by floral smells, would
honey,
simply
yeah.
just having a decent flower grove be enough? Or would that really not help very much?
You're just going to produce a flower grove for the entire length of a rabbit warren? We've got a gallon of
Put
honey.
around
We've
the
got
ring of
plenty
it.
of stuff.
I mean,
Wait, Jamal,
I
you don't
could.
need to. We just poured honey around it.
Yeah, how are you producing a
Honey.
flower grove?
Honey and flowers.
No,
A
I'm
super
not saying
stack
I'm
of
going to.
Oh, okay.
I'm just curious as
It's
to
like
whether that would
yes,
work.
yes, flowers. A lot of flowers would keep them at bay if the flowers were growing in the soil.
But if we put flowers and honey,
Because they're
the bees
burrowing
definitely
creatures,
will
right?
attack.
So you put honey like down into the soil and stuff like
Yes.
right it in. Yeah, honey. I
Right.
grew the flowers.
The worms and insects are really hating us right now.
Some of them are over the moon, and some of them are confused as hell.
Yeah.
And at least one
The
of them is
ants are
high.
great. The
At
ants
least
are
one of
very
them is
happy.
high as hell on sugar. But yeah, you honey in the rabbits. You can take up to 40 steel rods if you'd like. They weigh a pound each. I
I
don't
really
know,
thought you
how
was
much
going
is
to
a pound?
say
Is that a bag of
40
sugar? Yeah.
pet rabbits.
Is a bag of sugar a pound? Is that right? Anyone know grams or kilograms? Pounds to kilograms?
Depends on your bag of sugar.
Great, thanks for that.
Ask the chef. He has cups of them.
How many pounds? How many grams are in a pound? Anyone know?
No.
About
Who knows?
I'm
I
not
don't know
that kind of gay.
conversions, dude.
400.
40.
Okay, yeah, great. That's fantastic. So
Oh,
each
I was gonna say.
each rod weighs 2 to 3 pounds then, or 2.5 pounds. So
worse.
yeah, so you can if you can carry 40 times 2.5, then you can have them. If not, you can take a.
No.
I don't think I need
100.
all of those, but I'll take like, let's say 20.
Callum, what are you going to do with them?
I don't know.
Exactly 100 pounds.
Wait.
Actually, is how much they would all weigh. But
Yeah.
you would know, kind of, that they could be used for all sorts of different tasks and things. You know, whether it's creating, improving your forge. Wait, did you get some schematics at some point?
Oh
For-
yes, a long
Yep,
time
for
ago.
something.
They
It's
would
on
be
our long
very
time to-do
They would be
list.
very useful for that.
You could
Uh,
make a lightsaber.
And 100 pounds is
Fantastic.
very much a weight that you could fit in the bag of holding. So if you want to put, I think, right, Duff? You've got more than
Yeah.
100 pounds spare in the bag of holding.
Bro, we have so much fucking
Well, that's because you don't actually put any. Yeah, you don't actually measure out your weight of potatoes.
Okay, but that's not the point. Okay.
Yes, you can definitely
Yeah,
take
no,
all 100 pounds away.
It can take 500, even if accounting for me being lazy. There's still like 250 pounds left over.
Assuming they're
after
not
the
weighing the
rest.
gold.
Fantastic.
You do have like
Yes.
40,000 gold pieces in there. That is quite a lot of weight.
Well, that's
Oh, the gold pieces. I thought you
Yeah.
meant the bars of gold.
Well, and
Yeah,
that.
like-
Oh, they're not gold pieces, are they? They're not. You're right. They're not gold pieces. They're wooden stamps with marks on them. But yes, the gold bars are heavy. But yes, you can take 40 steel rods.
Fantastic.
I think they are actually on D&D Beyond as a
What are
component.
these schematics for?
Wow.
To
To install a sick forge in our house.
like a proper old school dwarven
Sick
forge.
ass forge.
It was in like our first dungeon where we
Where I found my weapon.
Yeah. We found a
I
lot of
th-
cool
I-
stuff there.
Yeah, I thought it was the schematics to make another one. I was like, that would be really fucking cool. I don't know how you're gonna fucking level that
How-
shit up, but good luck with that.
How are we gonna find the time to
Yes, sorry.
successfully build a forge?
You can just add them. They are literally rods
you're on your
or
date.
gear arcane focus. Duff. You can actually add 40 rods to the thingy, which are an arcane focus. So as I said, they conduct magic quite well.
Wait,
Oh, is that
Callum, you can build it that quickly?
Wow, Sullivan, have a little more confidence in yourself.
Sid grew
No,
from medium to
I'm
large in a
no.
night.
No, that was not the voice of skepticism. That was the voice of astonishment.
Oh, I thought you were saying your date's gonna be over very quickly. No.
Alright, there we go. It's in there now.
I work quickly under pressure. Don't worry.
Good.
Boom, 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 ba-da-dum, dum.
Okay. Yeah, as the afternoon turns to evening once again, sort of early evening, you hear the thundering step of heavy footsteps coming your way, or
Callum?
perhaps, no, way bigger than that, like a stampede of creatures coming towards you. Cresting the horizon are 20 or 30 of these creatures. No. They are a
Giants, aren't they?
little bit like wildebeests.
Oh god, they're gonna kill Mufasa.
Long live the king!
Mufasa! Ooh,
No,
say
bear
it
with me
again.
a second. I am going to give you a description.
Mufasa.
Sorry, it's
I'm
taking a
like-
little while to load.
Yeah, the suspense is killing me about these beasts.
Mufasa,
It's
Mufasa,
'cause I have
Mufasa.
hundreds of them. No, not what I'm looking for.
I
You're
miss
a
it when
villain.
Disney villains were gay. They were
Oh,
the
you know,
best.
right?
They're the best kind of
Wait,
villains.
who else was gay? I only
Jafar?
Oh
Jafar
yeah,
was
no,
hella
100%. He was gay.
Hades?
Hades isn't gay.
Yeah.
Hades
Oh,
is,
come
he's,
off it.
No, he's bi. Hades is bi.
Oh, he's part of the rainbow at least.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
For
he's part of the
sure.
rainbow for sure. He's just, I don't think he's 100% gay.
Listen to
though.
when he talks to Meg. Okay?
Yeah.
He is like her gay best friend telling her, why are you wasting time with these guys?
Literally.
With these losers.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened? All right, you sold your soul to me, and then
Yes.
you're a man, and he just ran off with another woman.
Period.
Like, you don't need. But like, I also feel like he's like the gay guy who is still somehow secretly in love with the girl, but is also gay, and so is very
Whoa.
confused.
Yeah. He probably fancies both Hercules and Meg, and that's why he's so
At the s-
involved.
Yeah, at the same time.
Got it.
Like,
Yeah.
he's
Sorry.
still-
Messy.
These are aurochs. They are large,
Whoa.
fierce bovines with jutting horns. This is a herd of them.
my goodness.
Some orcs have trained them to carry riders into combat in the past, but this is a stampede of them, and they are looking very angry and running towards the lot of you.
Oh, Jesus.
And it is there that we will end and resume
Oh,
next
wow.
week.
Oh, I was waiting for someone to fireball them.
Nice.
Get out of here.
You
That's a lot
estimate
of
there
free
to be
meat.
between 30 and 40 of them.
Yikes.
I'm gonna make a lot of hamburgers.
Now the question is, why the hell were they stampeding towards us?
Yeah, if they're that big,
Indeed.
what's chasing them?
And where did they come from?
And where do they
Where
go?
did they go? Where'd you come from?
Not an
Where'd you come from, Orok? But we come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. And I will come to Jay first.
Yeah, all our D100 events, I think were really fun today.
That's because they all seem to land on things that were useful for you. No, they were fun.
Oh, they did? I didn't realize.
Oh, I see how.
Duff.
I really like the I put my hand on you as if I'm casting guidance, but then the no guidance. I like that. That was funny. But then, fuck, there was something that Josh said earlier that was really funny, but it was out of character. I just can't remember what it was at this point.
Whatever it was, it was scintillating.
Yeah.
Jamal.
Do you mind coming to me at the end? Because I've got a few and I want to see if these
No,
ones are
pick
taken.
one.
It's fine. Oh, fine.
He
Okay,
said,
I'll
"Fuck
start
you."
with... Well, we'll have to go without water for a day.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Josh.
I think what Darth is talking about is when we were figuring out how many grams are in a whatever. I said I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah,
I'm not. I said I don't know. I'm not that kind of gay.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
love
what.
that. You
Yeah,
said I'm gay, but I'm not that kind of gay.
I really liked the mystery of the Archfey and the whole dream thing. It's very intriguing. I really got to try and rack my brain as to what I'm going to do with that soldier now that I'm not allowed to take him because I'm not a noble.
You could just leave him behind.
I could, I guess.
A valid option.
Yeah, that's a powerful.
I'm going to tell you, spoiler alert, the campaign does not hinge on Ulcan becoming a successful soldier.
Of course not.
Are you sure?
No, I'm only joking, I'm only joking.
But I did enjoy training him.
Yeah, I'm glad that it is a compelling enough and interesting enough thing for you to be worth engaging with, right? It doesn't have to be, the campaign doesn't have to hinge on something for it to be an enjoyable aspect of it.
Yes. But I'm also very intrigued by the whole thing with the Cloud Temple and whose temple is it really, and can we broker peace between these two stubborn factions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too racist.
I'm looking forward to seeing whether I can stretch out the journey there long enough for Alora to get back before we get there. That's the hope. But yeah, Michaela.
Yeah, I liked how this this travel today has just been like a nature hike with Fox. But my MVP is gonna go to Nuckluck, the mysterious twirling dancing gnome who was just super magical and over the top and glittery. It was like, what the heck is your deal? I hope he shows up again. So we have two weirdo gnomes who just show up sometime with him, and Felix is his name.
Yes, Felix, the bridge troll that is actually a gnome.
Bridge guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He's a bridge
so-
troll, but he's not a bridge. But he's,
Yeah,
but he's
I
not a troll.
So I like how we keep meeting weirdo gnomes out on the road.
Yeah. Don't leave out the ones that know how to explode things.
Yeah,
Oh,
the ones that
absolutely.
They
Took
were
like
great.
half the country out.
There's a lot of gnomes in
Explosion
Sogravia, to be fair,
something.
though. So, yeah. But that is, yeah. I had a few. I really liked Michaela saying you can squabble over your temple later. we're just gonna make the giants our allies. You know, fight the Shadow Veil, who actually that's a relevant problem. Upon the discovery of 4-foot eggs, Glacius wondered how big an omelette he could make. I enjoyed that. The hunting of boar up in the mountains. Jamal spontaneously producing information on mountain boars was really great
you
in
don't
the
get to
chat.
talk, Jay.
I loved that. No, I absolutely loved that. It was really good. What do you mean I don't get to talk?
Because you were also spouting random.
Yes, but I spouted it that I knew about, right? He just went and Googled, can I get boars in the mountain? That's what I like. Google says 13,000 feet. boar. We're having it for dinner. That's how I read it. That's how I read it, and that's why I was amused by it. But my favourite bit was Jake going, they're not that extinct, and I don't personally know this one. You can answer it if you want. That was great. But also, just oh, go on then, spit them out.
The extra, another quick one. Sullivan's perception check for Charlotte is evil.
Yeah, that's what's stewing in the back account.
And this one's a little James moment, and I don't want to know the answer to what if we bang them.
Well, I said flashbang, and they're blind. But my MVP does. I mean, I suppose that in some way the session catered itself to you, but it was nice to see a lot more of Fox today. I really enjoyed the entirety of the rabbit, rust monster, steel rod, yellow knitted hat creatures storing their steel rod encounter with the honey and the alchemy jargon. Just it was a lot of there was a lot of J today, and I enjoyed there being a lot of J today. So yeah, take my MVP and run with it, and that is where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Bye for now.
It just goes for me to say thank you very much, Derek, for dropping in and giving Darth a stick of uselessness, and we shall see you all soon.